on the mound. Here's Brett Beatty. First pitch misses away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Beatty, a .275 average this season, a .791 OPS, 49 games played for Beatty. As the next pitch from Peak comes in, it's flinched on, away, and the count goes to 2-0. 13 doubles, no triples, 5 home runs. He's driven in 16 runs this season, and he's hitting Bowie for a .353 clip. The 2-0, swing and a miss, curveball down, and the count goes to 2-1. A little bit more on line, away from that lefty-heavy lineup go the Ponies, but they've still got only 3 true right-handers in the line. The other 6 will be batting from the left-handed side. Here's the next. Muscled foul the other way, and the count runs even at 2 after Peak started behind 2-0. Get you a little bit on Zach Peak in a second, but he is coming off of his best start of the season for the Baysox. Tossed 5 scoreless innings against Harrisburg. The 2-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Another curveball down and in. Back-to-back punch-outs for Peak, and he's off to a great start here in the top of the first. Your umpiring crew for today's game, you've got Ray Valero at third base, Evan Johnson at first, and Michael Snover calls the balls and strikes behind home plate. He's the crew chief. In steps Ronnie Mauricio. Switch hitter batting .249 this season with a .750 OPS on the year. First pitch home. Switch hitter batting lefty, watches up and away, and the count starts out at 1-0. Mauricio, 15 doubles and a triple this season, as the next pitch is grounded foul, first base side. Count goes even at a ball and a strike. He's homered 10 times, driven in 39 runs, and hit Bowie pretty well. 2 homers and .872 OPS against the Baysox. Bowie on 3 consecutive wins right now. Pretty much each of them has been more improbable than the last. Bowie's first win was the back end of the doubleheader a couple of days ago, and it was a run-of-the-mill shutout, 4-0, the 1-1. Popped up, left side, shallow, Grafenino toward foul ground. The third baseman, Prieto, looks for it on the warning track, but it's over his head and touches down foul. It's 1-2. And then on Thursday, the Baysox trailed 5-1, came back to win 6-5. And then last night, they trailed 5-1 in the 8th inning. Got a 3-run home run by Cody Roberts. A game-tying home run in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs by Joey Ortiz. Trailed by 3 in the 10th and still won 9-8. The 1-2, swinging a high deep drive out to right. It's gone. A massive home run for Ronnie Mauricio. His 11th of the season breaks it open here in the top of the first. A 1-0 game as Binghamton jumps on top. That curve definitely came in low, but Mauricio was able to sneak down just enough to pull it for his 11th home run of the season and 3rd against the Baysox. So now here's Carlos Cortez. First pitch, left-hander watches high, and the count starts out at 1-0. Let's tell you a little bit about Zach Peak, 6'3", 190-pound, 23-year-old right-hander from Pineville, North Carolina. Was on a 5-inning scoreless streak before that home run came through, as the 1-0 pitch is called a strike. Changeup hits middle. Count evens at a ball and a strike. On the season for Bowie, he's gone 0-2 with a 3.13 ERA. As the 1-1 pitch comes in, and it's popped up foul behind home plate. Maverick Hanley chases a bit, but it's out of play. Count to 1-2. Well, Peak put together his best start in an effort to pick up a win his last time around. 5 scoreless innings, allowed just 2 hits, 5 strikeouts. He faced 1 over the minimum, but Bowie could only manage 1 run, and it didn't come until late in the game. Here's the 1-2. Check swing, a flinch on a slider inside, and it runs the count even at 2. It was Sunday against Harrisburg, the day game in that series, and each side was held scoreless through 9. The 2-2. In there, strike 3. Punched a fastball on the outside edge, and Peak logs 3 strikeouts here in the top of the first. Unfortunately, Binghamton takes the lead thanks to Ronnie Mauricio's 11th home run of the season. As we move to the bottom of the first, it's Binghamton 1, Bowie coming on up. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
Well, Binghamton strikes first in the top of the first inning, and the Bowie Baysox will try to respond here in the bottom of the first. A solo home run by Ronnie Mauricio, the only base runner for the Ponies. And as Hunter Parsons warms on the mound for Binghamton, the starting lineup for the Baysox that he'll face looks like this. Leading off at third base, you've got Cesar Prieto, followed by Joey Ortiz at shortstop, batting second. Maverick Handley, the catcher, bats third. Adam Hall, the DH, bats fourth. Hudson Askin in right field bats fifth. Andrew Dashbach at first base sixth. Greg Cullen at second base bats seventh. A.J. Grafenino in left field eighth. And Zach Watson in center field bats ninth. Bowie is the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. They're managed by Kyle Moore, assisted by Brandon Becker, Josh Conway, Tim DeJohn, Billy Facto, and Chandler Geller. Calvin Christensen, video coordinator, Lindsey Birchfield, and Blake Wooten, athletic trainers. Bowie is 25-36 on the season, a 3-game win streak. Cesar Prieto leads off, and the first pitch home from Hunter Parsons misses inside a fastball. It's 1-0. Again, that lineup for Bowie, you've got Prieto, Ortiz, Handley, Hall, Haskin, Dashbach, Cullen, Grafenino, Watson. The 1-0. Prieto takes it inside, nearly clipped him. He looks back to the umpire, saying it might have gotten his back elbow, but the umpire doesn't buy it, and the count goes to 2-0 as Prieto might have missed it anyway. But a good start here with the shift on for the left-hander. The next pitch hit through the shift into right field for a base hit. A little roll toward the wall. Does Prieto try for second? He does. It's picked by Ashford and sent to the infield, but Prieto gets there easily. A leadoff double for Cesar Prieto, his fifth two-bagger of the season. And Bowie puts the tying run into scoring position here to open the bottom of the first. Joey Ortiz will dig into the box now. The first of two heroes from last night's game. Ortiz clubbed the game-tying solo home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th inning after Bowie had trailed the entire time. Capped off another 4-run comeback for Bowie. They already have to come back from a deficit today as the first pitch home to Ortiz is a slider that misses up and away to start. It's 1-0. Ortiz, a .223 average this season, a .648 OPS in 54 games played, 12 doubles, 2 triples, 4 homers, 28 runs batted in for the right-hander. Parsons, all righty, takes a half step in front toward third and fires the 1-0. Ortiz watches it bounce in. It's off the knee of Hayden Sanger, and Prieto will go to third. No one was backing it up. The third baseman, Manny Rodriguez, had to sprint down and get it. I think Sanger didn't realize how far that ball had skipped away, but the wild pitch puts tying run at third base with still nobody out, and now a 2-0 count here on Joey Ortiz. Hunter Parson has thrown 5 pitches, and the only one that's gone for a strike was Cesar Prieto's double. So all Ortiz, all anyone on the Baysox have to do right now is get it out of the infield. The 2-0. Breaking ball misses away, and the count to 3-0. Now, Parsons has just been placed in a no-win situation here, and you have to feel for the guy as his day will progress because he did not anticipate when he woke up this morning that he would be starting this game. Here's the 3-0. Ortiz nicks it foul. Fastball dotted just a little bit on the lower inside corner, and the count goes to 3-1. the originally scheduled starter for the Ponies, Alec Casena, was called up to AAA just earlier today. 3-1. Ortiz watches it down low for ball 4. Breaking ball is the early walk from Parsons. Ortiz draws his 16th of the season, and it's 1st and 3rd with still nobody out here in the bottom of the 1st as Bowie trails 1-0.
Batting third, the catcher, number 13.
It was set to be Casena, former indie ball arm. He also played with a different major league organization, right? The Tigers. He was a Tigers farmhand and indie ball pitcher for 2 seasons, and he'd been with the Mets since 2019, but he's up to AAA Syracuse now. As Maverick Handley steps into the box for Bowie, a big chance. First pitch. Handley watches it miss high. Changeup starts the count out at 1-0. Well, this start, just in terms of pitch location, really couldn't go much worse for Hunter Parsons right now. He has had 1 pitch fouled off. That's his only legitimate strike. Here's the 1-0. Handley watches breaking ball miss down and away, and it's 2-0. 266 average for Handley this season, and 827 OPS in 33 games played. 8 doubles, no triples, 4 homers, 19 runs batted in this season, and he's been on a tear here in June, batting over .350. 1st and 3rd, nobody out. The 2-0 pitch to Handley. Misses away, ball 3. With Hayden Sanger's slow arm behind the dish, Joey Ortiz doesn't necessarily have the best speed for Bowie, but with a 3-0 count, maybe you try a steal at some point, but right now, I wouldn't say it. Maybe on a 3-1, because Parsons is going to serve you a fastball right now. You want to go on the off speed. Here's the 3-0. The fastball called for strike, lower outside corner, and it's 3-1. So now we'll see. Maybe Ortiz could try for the swipe. And if it pays off, who knows, maybe Cesar Prieto could go home on the back end. 1st and 3rd, still nobody out in the bottom of the 1st. The 3-1 to Handley. Swing and a miss. High fastball, runs it full. Handley this season, only 167 on full counts, but he does walk more often than he strikes out. Again, all you've got to do at this point is get it out of the infield. Heck, even a double play would bring the run in. You wouldn't get the RBI, but the game would be tied. The payoff pitch. Handley watches away, ball 4. Just an outside changeup, simple as that. Handley had an easy time laying off as he followed it across. But the bases are now loaded off of a double and back-to-back walks for Adam Hall. He's hit the ball well with the bases loaded this season, and it's going to draw an immediate mound visit from the pitching coach, Jerome Williams. Again, Casena was originally scheduled to start this game. He pitched well against the Baysox back in early April. It was his only win on the season. 5 innings of 1-run ball. But he's been a fly ball pitcher, Casena. Parsons is not the same. Cesar Prieto's base hit was just a line drive shot that touched down right at the edge of the outfield grass. It just split the gap perfectly. He got to second base, then to third on a wild pitch, but now back-to-back walks have loaded the bases anyway, as Adam Hall will step into the box. He's 2 for 4 this season with the bases loaded. 5 runs driven in. First pitch home from Parsons. Muscled out the other way. This one will fall in for a base hit and roll to the wall. Prieto scores. Ortiz gets the wave. Hall goes to second and stops there. A 2 RBI double for Adam Hall. And with one swing, the Baysox go from trailing 1-0 to leading 2-1. That's all it takes sometimes. Bowie on top, thanks to Adam Hall and a little more heroics. He had the game-tying single in the bottom of the 10th yesterday, and he keeps the rally going here to start his day in the bottom of the 1st. RBIs number 9 and 10 for Halsey as Hudson Haskins steps into the box, trying to continue. Corner infielders in. First pitch, called a strike. Fastball in the lower inside corner. It's 0-1 to open. .260 average for Hudson this season. .788 OPS in 48 games played. 4 doubles, no triples, 9 homers, 25 runs batted in. Here's the next pitch. Haskin pops it up straight up the chute in front of the mound. Parsons collides with his catcher briefly and makes the catch himself. Normally don't see the pitcher go for those kinds of catches, but he looked like he had the right read on it the whole way. And the first out is finally recorded here in the bottom of the first. Let's tell you about that defensive alignment finally. From left to right in the outfield, you've got Carlos Cortez, Brandon Mcelwain, and Zach Ashford. Manny Rodriguez at third, Ronnie Mauricio at short, Wyatt Young at second, Matt Winokur at first, and Hayden Sanger catches behind the plate for Hunter Parsons on the mound. Here's Andrew Dashbach, second and third, now 1 out. First pitch home. Dashbach pokes it out the other way, and it's through for a base hit. Hanley scores. It's so slowly hit that Hull will round third and come home. A 2 RBI single for Andrew Dashbach, and a 4 spot in the bottom of the first for Bowie. They lead 4-1. Well, you talk about momentum, and boy, does it carry over quick. Dashbach has hits in 6 consecutive games now for the Baysox. He's up to 27 runs batted in this season, and that's one of the dangers of playing the infield in. The entire infield was pinched in for an anticipated play at the plate, and that softly lifted pop out towards second base probably would have been an easy catch by a routine second baseman. But you brought him in and you burned. Here's Greg Cullen, first pitch, the left-hander. Tried to join in on the party with power, but comes up empty on a low changeup. Count opens up at 0-1. Binghamton is in the worst possible scenario for them right now. An unexpected shift to a bullpen day, and their starter is getting roughed up here in the first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Inside, it hit him. Maybe around the calf, somewhere on that back leg, can't tell specifically, but Cullen takes the shine. And the inning rolls on to an 8th batter here with still only 1 out. A.J. Grafenino will step in.
Number 7, A.J. Grafenino.
Third base will play in the baseline. If Graf tries to maybe lay down a bunt, I can't imagine Bowie wants for a sacrifice right now. But they play him on the shift side. Grafenino, if he does put it on the ground, has hit into 1 double play this season. First pitch home. Called a strike. That fastball dots the outside edge, and it's 0-1. The inning started with a double by Cesar Prieto to right field. Hit it through the shift. Back-to-back walks by Ortiz and Hanley. 2 RBI double by Adam Hall. And then a 2 RBI single by Andrew Dashbach. Here's the 0-1. Misses down and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. And now Binghamton, with their backs up against the wall here in the bottom of the first, finally have to get someone up and tossing in their bullpen. It's right-hander Yezo Campos. Already 4 runs across with only 1 out here in the frame. Here's the 1-1. This one lifted shallow out toward left center field, and it's down. That'll fall in for a hit. Runners advanced just 1 bag. They were hesitant to run after it simply because if it was caught, they could have been doubled up. But Grafenino picks up the single. He's got hits in back-to-back games now. Already the 4th hit in the frame for Bowie, and the 9th batter due up with Zach Watson. The bases are reloaded. Watson on the season is 2 for 3 with the bases loaded. He had an opportunity yesterday with the bases loaded, but grounded it to the shortstop, and the throw went home, taking out that lead runner. Bowie, of course, still went on to win. First pitch home to Waddy. Swung on and missed. Fastball upper inside corner, and it's 0-1. This has only been a 24-pitch inning so far for Hunter Parsons also. A lot of early attack from the Baysox. There hasn't been a batter reaching a 2-ball or 2-strike count since the 3rd batter, Maverick Handley, the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball outside, and I've eaten my words. It's 0-2. Baseball's fun like that sometimes. You find those fun little quirks, those little trends, and they immediately stop. Just like the Cubs breaking their 10-game losing streak by breaking the Braves' 14-game winning streak. The 0-2 to Watson. Swing and a foul. Oh, no, he missed that. It just bounced off the catcher. Pitch was up and inside. Watson realized he didn't come up with it. The way it just bounced off the catcher, looked like he may have made some contact, but no. That's the first strikeout for Hunter Parsons, and it loops the lineup back around to the top as Cesar Prieto will step in. Binghamton in their all-gray road uniforms. Blue Binghamton on the front side with a red cap. First pitch home to Prieto, and the left-hander watches down and inside for a ball. It's 1-0. The Baysox wearing special alternate uniforms. So to say, it's their alternate identity, Cangrejos Fantasmas de Chesapeake, but it's an alternate uniform from their alternate identity uniform. I'll tell you more in a second. Bases loaded, 2 away. Bowie up 4-1. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Prieto pops it up out toward deep center field. It sends Mcelwain on the run, but he curls around after finding it. Makes the catch about 380 feet away as the Baysox finally bring things to a close here in the first. But Bowie sends 10 to the plate, and they bring 4 around. As we go to the second inning here at Prince George's Stadium, the Baysox suddenly lead 4-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. There's plenty going on at Prince George's Stadium on Saturday, July 30th. It's the Island Luau night at the ballpark as the Baysox battle the Altoona Curve. Live music from the islands, inspirational dance performances, and more. But that's not all. It's also Maryland's worst car show. Do you own a clunker, a piece of junk on wheels? Well, here's your chance to show it off. Again, that's all on Saturday, July 30th. So head to Baysox.com to purchase tickets and find out more about registering for Maryland's worst car show. Hope to see you there.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
On to the second inning here at Prince George's Stadium. A much different look than what we had in the first. Already 4-1 Bowie as Zach Peak gave up the solo home run to Ronnie Mauricio, but now he pitches with a 3-run lead. He faces Hayden Sanger to start. First pitch is swung on and fouled off right side. It's 0-1 to open. Matt Sabatas and Adam Pohl with you from the ballpark in Bowie on what's been just a fun ride so far for the Baysox. Of course, they're making the most of this pitching staff that they're going up against, and the most of a tough situation for that pitching staff as well, as the 0-1 pitch comes into Sanger. It's called a strike on a breaking ball down and away, and it's 0-2. But Bowie, if they can pick up the win, would match a season's high winning streak. They won 4 games, most recently, as the 0-2 comes in, and it's poked the other way, very slowly to short. Joey Ortiz scoops it on the grass, fires, and got him! Oh boy, he dazzles, doesn't he? Joey Ortiz, another 6-3 putout, and there's one away.
Yeah, unfortunate that you've got the catcher running down the line there, but that off the bat, you could tell it was going to be a tough play. Ortiz, very aggressive in the way he charged it, and one retired.
So to finish my earlier note, the Baysox have won 4 games only twice this year, most recently at the end of May and into the start of this month. Here's Brandon McElwain. First pitch, liner to short. Picked by second, rather, at Greg Cullen, and there's 2 away. I mean, that was a well-struck ball for the first pitch you're going to see in Double-A, but McElwain just hit it to the wrong spot.
No doubt about it, and back in the day of baseball where you kind of lined up in the same spot all the time defensively. That's a base hit up the middle, but Bowie was playing him up the middle, and Cullen was there.
So already 2 gone. Haven't had too much time to catch a drink of water, catch my breath. But here's Zach Ashford. First pitch, left-hander. Watches it for called strike. Fastball lower outside corner, and it's 0-1. Bowie's only other 4-game winning streak this season was when they took the first 4 of their 6-game series with the Akron Rubber Ducks back from April 19th to April 22nd. 0-1. Ground ball right over to second. Cullen takes it on 2 bounces at the chest, charges and fires to first. What an efficient inning for Zach Peak that just was there. 6 pitches, and he's out. On to the bottom of the second. Bowie leads 4-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Well, we're back to Prince George's Stadium here in Bowie as the Baysox maintain a 4-1 advantage. Zach Peak did not give Hunter Parsons really any time to breathe, maybe get a protein bar, catch a cup of Gatorade somewhere. He probably didn't even have enough time to wipe the sweat off of his brow from that lengthy first inning. 28 pitches. He gave up 4 hits and 4 runs all earned, and Peak threw a 6-pitch perfect second. We're back onto the bottom of the second, and the first pitch home to Joey Ortiz is called a strike on a fastball lower outside corner. It's 0-1. Ortiz drew a 3-1 walk to continue the early first inning rally. As the 0-1 pitch comes in, it misses down and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. But again, no matter what happens today with Hunter Parsons, you can't blame him because he's been forced into a situation that he never expected when he got out of bed. Here's the 1-1. Ortiz watches up and away a slider, runs the count to 2 balls and a strike. This is only his 4th appearance with the Ponies after starting the season with High A Brooklyn. The 2-1 popped up right side, foul ground, giving chase Sanger, but it'll get out of play, and he stops once he gets to the warning track. Count goes even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. But Parsons is pitching in familiar territory. He's actually a former Terrapin. 19th round draft selection by the Mets in 2019, and a 3rd-team All-Big Ten. Here's the 2-2. Ortiz pokes a floater out towards center that falls in. Mcelwain had to curl in on it at first, and he was probably too far anyway if he took a direct path. But Ortiz picks up his first hit of the day. He's got hits in 4 consecutive now, as Maverick Handley will step in. Well, I imagine this has been a fun road trip for a guy like Parsons, though. 10 wins in 2019, 3rd most in a single season for anyone in Maryland history. Imagine he's caught up with a bunch of folks, maybe gone out and had a good time in Annapolis as Handley digs in the first pitch home. Misses down for a ball. Count starts out at 1-0. Again, if he was coming in with maybe some of the David Cone syndrome, maybe after what was his perfect game, that story for David Cone, it's a little bit different today. Next pitch, swung on and missed high. Count goes even at a ball and strike. Not to say anything, just joking that Parsons was, again, put into a situation that really he couldn't have been prepared for, and you can't fault him for it. It's just unfortunate that because of some roster moves that had to be made for the Mets in their organization, Parsons got brought in on such short notice. The 1-1. Called a strike, late ring up on a fastball away, and it runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes on Handley. He drew a walk back in the first inning as well. It loaded the bases for Bowie before an out was recorded. He came around to score on Andrew Dashbach's floated single to right field. Runner at first, nobody out. Bowie ahead 4-1. The 1-2 pitch to Handley. Swing and a miss. High fastball. He's down on strikes. Second strikeout for Parsons. First out here in the second inning. And now Adam Hall. So one of the things that I've started to take up a little bit lately, Adam, is to keep myself busy from time to time in-game. Our marketing coordinator, Danny, she has a very high-quality camera, so I asked her if I could borrow it. And head on down to the photo well, take a couple of snaps here and there, get some of the camaraderie in the dugout as it comes through. First pitch to Adam Hall misses away, and the count starts out at 1-0. And one of the first people to chat me up as soon as I got down there, because I tried to stay away from the team. They're focused on the game. I don't want to bother them. But Adam Hall came right up. Hey, can I see that camera? Can I take some pictures? And after getting clearance from the owner, because, again, it's not my camera, the 1-0, swung on and missed inside, and the count goes even at 1. I said, hey, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and take a couple of shots, and he got the hang of it fairly quickly. The zoom lens was difficult to understand, but he was shooting out at right field, trying to get some shots of Christopher Cespedes, and then of a runner at third base at one point. Pickoff throw back to first. Tag applied late. We'll wait on the 1-1 offering. But then when we told him, hey, point it to the dugout, like get some of the guys in the dugout, that's when some of the pitchers that were around gave him the business. Drew Rahm was just going through all the funniest poses. And we used one of them for our social media graphic. The 1-1 up and inside. That curveball didn't curve too much. Runs it to 2 balls and a strike on Hall.
Isn't it the nature of baseball, though, Matt, in that? I mean, you see it even in the games itself. You'll have broadcasts in which players are being interviewed on the field or during the game. Can you imagine that in an NFL game?
That's its own can of worms, those in-game interviews. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Half swing on a pitch up and inside. Hall tried to flinch halfway through, but it made him go around as the count goes even at 2. Who was – it was the Cubs third baseman or whoever it was. They were being interviewed in-game on Sunday Night Baseball, and while trying to field a grounder, the little earpiece just fell out, and they had to look for it in the dirt. And I'm just not a fan. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball, another half swing, but this one fouled off right side. We'll do it again, still at 2-2. But again, that's coming from – the perspective as a broadcaster and speaking with players and understanding the focus that they kind of go into it. But if everyone's on the same page for it, I can understand. I won't argue when it comes to something like that.
Yeah, I'm with you, Matt. You got to let them play the game.
Yeah. Runner at first, 1 away, the 2-2 pitch. Hall flinches at 1 inside. I think it missed him entirely and clipped the catcher.
It may have hit the knob of the bat beneath the hands of Hall.
The umpire did toss his hands up as if to say foul ball, and nothing's gone up on the scoreboard, and the umpire isn't correcting anyone. So I'll take all those things combined to say that it was a foul. 2-2. Here's another. Hall lines it to short and picked out of the air by Ronnie Mauricio. Excellent play. That's some great range by a tall shortstop. How tall is he? 6'3"? He's got those long legs, but boy, can he really stretch out. Hall misses out on a base hit. And now Hudson Haskin will dig in with runner at first, still 2 away. Haskin popped out to the pitcher his first time up. Here's the first pitch. A flinch. Pulled back in time as the fastball just misses away. It's 1-0 to open. And now Yezo Campos is back up and tossing in the bullpen for Binghamton. Because Parsons is already up to 44 pitches so far today. He faced Bowie once in this series. It was back in the doubleheader, if I'm remembering correctly. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Pitch in the dirt, and it runs the count even at 1. So let's go back in time here a little bit, shall we? So, no, he actually came in on Tuesday. That was the 9-0 Bowie win. He gave up the final 3 runs, a walk, 2 singles, and an error to open before getting a double play and a flyout. So very similar to how his day started here in the first inning. Here's the 1-1. Haskin watches it all the way inside. Changeup runs the count to 2 balls and a strike now. Andrew Dashbach waiting in the wings. He's been on a good run lately. Really, a lot of Bowie batters have been stepping it up here in the month of June. We've got Zach Watson, especially after coming back from that little stint where he was day-to-day. Joey Ortiz, Dashbach hitting about .230 in June, about 50 points higher than his overall average. And, of course, Maverick Handley, the 2-1, swing and a miss. High fastball on Huddy, and the count runs even at 2. But you want to talk about players getting locked in and focusing on interesting things. If Hudson sticks around for a little bit in this plate appearance, I've got something fun that he had mentioned to try and maybe kick him out of a bit of a slump. Parsons holds for quite some time, finally sends the 2-2, and it's drilled out toward left field, sends Cortez on the run, converging with the center fielder, and it's Mcelwain. Mcelwain makes the catch after nearly getting into it with Cortez, but the inning comes to a close. Leadoff single by Joey Ortiz left at first base, and as we go to the third, Bowie leads 4-1. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
On to the third inning here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leads 4-1, and we give it to Adam.
Well, thank you so much there, Matt, as it'll be 8-9-1 here in the Binghamton order. Rodriguez, Winokur, and Young to face the right-hitter Peak, who's into the wide. Here's the first pitch, and an overhand breaking ball in there, that slow curve, and the count is 0-1 here to Rodriguez. Rodriguez hitting only 141 in 25 games, so he's got big power, and he takes off the outside, and the count evens here, and a ball and a strike. You know, we've got something that is a little bit unique going on here tonight as Peak throws, and a breaking ball line to left near the line. Grafenino over, sliding, but it's off his glove, and it rolls beyond him near the edge of the warning track, and Rodriguez is into second with what will more than likely be a double. We'll have to see where they rule it. But a runner at second, nobody out, 4-1, Bowie leading in the top of the third inning. And here is Matt Winokur. Peak was the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim's 6th round draft choice in 2019. And it's pretty incredible, but the catcher that he's throwing to in Maverick Handley was drafted not only in the same year, but in the same round. Handley was a 6th rounder as well. Of course, Handley was drafted by the Orioles. Peak acquired via trade. As he works to the stretch, set of the belt. Here's the pitch. And it's in there at the knees on the inner half of the plate with a changeup. And the count is 0-1 here to Winokur. Well, Bowie, 4 runs in the first. They sent 10 to the plate. They left them loaded, though. And a chance to blow this thing wide open. The 0-1 coming. And a high fastball taken to the count 1-1. And, you know, it's been a weird series in that the team that has led 5-1 in each of the last 2 nights has lost. Baysox trailed 5-1 and came back to win both times. Of course, it's 4-1 Bowie now. Count 1-1 here to Winokur. As Peak is ready, and now time is called. And they may get him for a pitch clock violation. And they did. An automatic ball. And it's 2-1 here to the 9-hole hitting Winokur, who has really struggled. 13 hits in 33 games, hitting just 129. This is an out that he needs to get. As here's the pitch. And it's a soft ground ball left side. Tough play. Ortiz, it's under his glove. And it rolls beyond him. And coming on the score, Rodriguez. It's 4-2. Now, I don't know if there would have been any play on that little squibber. It's going to be an infield single and then an air on Ortiz. No RBI for Winokur. And it's 4-2. Rodriguez was credited with a double. And now Wyatt Young will come to the plate. He's 3 for 18 in this series. A ball player that has had a very quick rise here to this AA level. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a foul and a line back to the screen. And the count is 0-1. Usually, collegiate ball players drafted 2 or 3 years ago, right? The 2019 or 2020 draft, or the players that are here. Peak, of course, a 2019 draftee. Wyatt Young was drafted last year as he takes a cutting offering down beneath the knees. And the count evens here 1-1. He stands at 5'7". He's from Honolulu, Hawaii. He played at Pepperdine out in California. Pitch and a changeup misses away. Peak's really mixing up his pitches here. He is not throwing a high volume of fastballs here in this inning. A run is in, a runner's at first. Nobody is out. 4-2 Bowie leads. And now the 2-1 for the right-hander. And a ground ball towards third. Backhanding near the line, Prieto. Long throw to first, and they get the out. It was not an easy play. Winokur's up to second. Prieto had a range to his backhand side near the line. And that's a big, big play. The Baysox needed that out desperately. Runner at second, 1 down now. And here is Brett Beatty. Now, after striking out in the first, he is a .273 hitter. He's got 5 homers in this, his 50th game of the year in Binghamton. Almost identical stats to the statistics he had in Binghamton last year. He had .272 with 5 homers in 40 games a year ago. As Peak is ready, and he comes home with it. And a breaking ball cut and it missed. Beatty right over the top of it. That is a beautiful curveball. And the count 0-1. Peak throws that curveball. It bends not only down, but also in on a left-handed hitter. It's almost like a slurve. 0-1. And there's a strike on the outside with a changeup. 0-2. And Peak throws that curveball. Tonight has been between 72 and 75 miles an hour. So it really is a slow curve. 0-2 coming. High fastball taken at 92 miles an hour, ball 1. This is a Binghamton lineup tonight in which 6 of the 9 hitters bat left-handed. 1-2 the count. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball down low. Strike 3. That's a big strikeout, second time. Beatty is down on strikes. Already the fourth strikeout of the night for Peak, who struck out the side in the first. And now Ronnie Mauricio will come to the plate. And Mauricio hit the tape measure homer to right. His second home run of the series, his 11th home run of the year. Open stance, the pitch, and he swings through a high fastball for strike one. On Wednesday, he hit a homer that off the bat was more than 110 miles an hour. And here in Bowie, where we've got a double wall of signage that is beyond the outfield wall, and then tree line behind it, as there's a broken bat flare, left side in the air, Prieto making the catch, and with it the inning over. Well, Mauricio hit it. He trimmed a few of those tree branches with his homer in the first. Now, Peak does a really good job of bearing down to limit the damage in the third. We head to the bottom half, 4-2 Bowie on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Well, it's a busy day at Prince George's Stadium on Sunday, July 17th. Princesses and Pirates Day at the ballpark. Don your shiniest crown, wear your fanciest slippers or your peg leg and your eye patch as Prince George's Stadium transforms into a fun fairy tale castle and a swashbuckling ballpark. It's also Louie's birthday bash. Many of Louie's mascot friends will be on hand to celebrate what should be just a fantastic day at Prince George's Stadium. That's Sunday, July 17th, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Great to be back with you. My name is Adam Pohl. New pitchers into the game for Binghamton. And it is Yezo Campos, his second outing of this series. He worked a scoreless inning 4 nights ago. Campos 4-1, but with an elevated 5.61 ERA. This is now 18th outing of the year with the Ponies. Here's Andrew Dashbach. A time call prior to the start of this bottom of the third. Dashbach, then Cullen, and then Grafenino here in this bottom of the third inning for Bowie. And Dashbach had a big base hit in that 4-run first. Here's the pitch. And a breaking ball, and he fouled it right off the catcher's singer. And the count is 0-1. Dashbach with the infield in. First pitch swinging, just flared one the other way over the second baseman Young. Barely reached the outfield grass, but it was an enormous swing of the bat. 2 runs scored, and it made it 4-1 as he takes a fastball in right near the hands for a ball, and the count 1-1. Hunter Parsons, a reliever by nature, getting a spot start with the intended starter today promoted to AAA by the Mets. Allowed 4 runs in 2 innings. As there's a fastball strike at 93 near the outside corner. And the count is 1-2 here to Dashbach, who's had a very good series. He's got a hit in every game in it. 5 for 15 now. He's got a hit in 6 straight games. 1-2 coming. Swing and a lifted pop fly foul. Out of play to the right. And, 2 nights ago, Dashbach is the player that really turned the momentum in the ball game. Bowie was down 5-1 in the third with 2 down in the inning, and Andrew hit a 2-run homer. The pitch Yeah, there's a line shot, but foul. Nearly hitting his manager, Kyle Moore. Pulled down that third base line. And the count remains 1-2 here. 4 of his last 6 hits, including tonight, have been of the extra base hit variety. 3 doubles and a homer. The count is 1-2. Campos set, and he delivers. And a breaking ball line foul right back into the screen. Now, once again, Campos worked just 1 inning 4 nights ago. You would expect that he's going to be counted on to give Binghamton a little bit more length, even though he's averaging just more than an inning per outing. The pitch, and a soft liner towards the middle and through. It's a base hit. So Dashbach got it a bit off the end of the bat, but he muscles it through the infield with a shortstop, Mauricio, shading a bit towards the hole. He could not get there. And Dashbach's 2 for 2 tonight. And here's Greg Cullen, the product of Penfield, New York. Penfield, New York. It is a town very close to Rochester in the northwest portion of New York State. The pitch, and he tries to lay down a bunt, but he bunts it foul off to the left side. Count is 0-1. But it's by no means a surprise that Cullen is a big in the NFL Buffalo Bills fan. Buffalo's got 2 major sports teams, the Bills and the Sabres of the NHL. As there's a lifted fly ball down the line in left, curling foul. Cortez over, and it's out of play. Not by much. And the count is 0-2. You know, sometimes you get a little bit of an age check as to how young these ball players are. Cullen was born in, I believe, 1996, meaning he was not alive for any of the 4 Super Bowl losses of the Bills in a row. How about that? I think he's having a little bit of fun now with this Bills team, albeit they had a just perplexing playoff loss in Kansas City last year. But the Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Bruce Smith Bills were a little bit before Greg Cullen's time. 0-2 the count. And now the pitch, and a high fastball lifted to straightaway center. Mcelwain in just a few steps, and he makes a head-high catch. And there's 1 down. A 1-on-1 down, and here comes A.J. Grafenino, who has singled his first time up tonight. AJ's had a few different stints at the Bowie this year. He most recently was called up 10 days ago. He's playing in left field tonight. Tall left-handed hitter. And here's the pitch. Fastball a little bit low. And the count 1-0. Baysox outfield has been hurt by some injuries here. Toby Welk, who was going to play in the outfield often, was injured early in the year. Shane Fontana, such a great start. As there's a lifted fly to shallow left. Cortez in. And on the run from the shade into the sunlight to make the catch. Yeah, there's 2 down, but it gives some players like Grafenino. We now have Christopher Cespedes here in town. Baysox have now signed Chris Given, or the Orioles have. It gives them some more chance to see them out there. As here's Zach Watson. He has returned recently from injury. 4-2, the Baysox lead it in the third. Pitch, and a fastball misses down low, ball 1. Dashbach at first. Baysox sent 10 to the plate in the first, and they scored 4 runs. As now the 1-0, and a little tapper right to the plate foul, and they count even 0 to ball to the strike. It was actually a week ago today that Watson came off the injured list. He missed from May 25th to June the 11th. He is 7 for 19 in the series. Now he's swinging it well right now. As here's the 1-1. And there's a ground ball sharply struck to short. Mauricio Gleves plenty of time to underhand it to second, and with it, the inning is over. So the Baysox get a leadoff single, but nothing more. And on to the fourth inning we go. 4-2 Bowie on the Baysox Baseball Network.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates, with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
Great to be back with you as we go to the bottom of the top of the fourth inning as the Baysox have a 4-2 lead. We have got ourselves one of our great fans joining us in the booth today, Michael Diemer. We'll talk to him in a moment as Zach Peak back to work, and the first pitch in there for a strike to the cleanup hitter, Carlos Cortez. Michael, how are you doing today? It's great to have you with us.
Good to have me, Adam. Thank you for having me.
I had no idea that I had met Michael before, as there's a swing and a lifted pop foul, third base side over Prieto, but it's into the seats. And the count 0-2, but we met, Michael. You are just finishing your freshman year of college.
Yep.
At Robert Morris, and we actually met at a basketball game this fall. How crazy is that?
It's crazy. I mean, this is such a small world, huh?
Fantastic. As Michael has been already getting engrossed in the sports media world as a breaking ball's pop foul, third base side. Prieto is over, and it's out of play. Now, tell us a little bit, before we get into yourself a little bit, many people might know about Robert Morris.
Yep, Robert Morris. They are in the Horizon League. They did have a non-conference matchup against Mount St. Mary's. That's where you called the game back in November.
That's right.
They were in the Northeast Conference, trying to renew that rivalry a little bit. But yeah, that was pretty cool to meet you. I knew about you as a Bowie Baysox announcer, since I do live in the Crofton area for basically all my life, since I've been 5 years old. But yeah, it's crazy how we crossed our paths already.
Very, very cool. Count is 0-2 to Cortez, who just fouled one off as Peak deals, and this breaking ball bends down low. So tell me, you have been coming to Baysox games your whole life,
Yep.
right? So how neat is it to be in a different part of the ballpark right now?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a surreal feeling. I mean, as you said, I've been trying to dip my feet in the sports media world already, just in the broadcast booth I've always been in that first base side in the general admission area. But yeah, now that I'm in the broadcast booth behind home plate, it's definitely a surreal feeling.
As there's a ground ball foul, first base side. You know, I once interviewed Trey Mancini, and he told me that he used to be a kid in this ballpark chasing foul balls when he was 10 years old, visiting his grandparents here in Bowie, and now he couldn't believe that he was on the Baysox. So you just never know when you can go from a kid to, in here in the booth or even on the field. There's a foul coming back this way. And the count stays 1-2 to Cortez. So you, Michael, have, once again, Robert Morris is near Pittsburgh.
Yep.
What were you able to do this year to get into the sports scene? As here's the pitch. And a swing and a soft flare. Shallow center. Watson's going to get there, though. Coming in on it to make the catch. And one retire.
Yeah, so I have always wanted to do something in sports. I toured the different college campuses, and I thought Robert Morris definitely spoke to me. And then that was, I believe, I toured the day before the 2020 NEC championship game. They ended up winning that game, but
that's right. Right before the lockdown.
Right before the lockdown. It was definitely sad to see that their whole season got canceled from that. But yeah, that tour really, it told me a lot about their newsroom, about what they do there. And yeah, definitely a good sports media market, I would say, even though I'm from the DC area, the Pittsburgh teams, I mean, definitely a rivalry there, but that's basically it, really.
Well, the first pitch was in the dirt, now a fastball in, it's 2-0. We are celebrating the legacy of Roberto Clemente tonight, Michael, so we're wearing the black and gold because of you, of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, definitely. a lot of Pittsburgh people up there, they definitely probably idolize Roberto Clemente. Good to see some celebration with him, and beautiful jerseys as well. The Congresos
really
Fantasmas jerseys. Yeah, definitely cool to see.
And you can actually order them online if you'd like one. Count 3-0, and there's ball 4. Singer walks. A fastball missing in, and he's on with 1 down. So you are actually a part of the Colonial Sports Network at Robert Morris. Tell us about that.
Yep. So I just got promoted just after my freshman year to be sports editor now. I guess they have a lot of trust in me. Shout out to them, by the way. Even if you are listening out there in Moon Township, Pennsylvania. But yeah, it's definitely excited about that this upcoming fall.
It's just a hard ground ball, base hit right up the middle off the bat of Brandon Mcelwain. And congrats to Brandon. That is his first double-A base hit. First pitch swinging. A single up the middle. 2 men are on with 1 down. And now Zach Ashford will come to the plate. We're in the top of the 4th inning. We got one of our great fans, Michael Diemer, with us today, just completing his freshman year. I had a few less pounds and a little more hair than Michael. I might say so myself back when, and I'll tell you, the year started with the number 19 when I was a freshman in college. I don't know if you remember those years. I don't believe you do.
I was born in 2003.
Zach Ashford takes a strike, and the count is 0-1. 4-2, Bowie leading. Binghamton is threatening here in this top of the 4th inning. We're going to hand the mic over for one batter to Michael for the next hitter, Manny Rodriguez. As here's the pitch. And there's a line drive to right coming in on it, making a chest-high catch. And now a throw to first, and did they get him? Yes, they did. It's a double play. Oh, my. A double play and a line drive to right. And they throw behind Mcelwain, and they get the out. Incredible. So the inning is over. We will hear Michael doing play-by-play when we return for the Baysox half of the 4th right after this. 4-2 Bowie on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Well, it's a special Baysox Live Happy Hour on Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium. Along with the usual live music and beer specials from 5 to 6:30, it's also Margaritaville night out at the ballpark. Get your flip-flops, salt shakers, and Hawaiian t-shirts ready to celebrate cruise culture with Margaritaville night, sponsored by Bud Light. That's Thursday, July 14th at Prince George's Stadium, so get your tickets now at baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
Welcome back. We head down to the bottom of the fourth inning. And the Baysox lead 4-2. And now with the call, here is Michael Diemer.
An 0-1 count. An 0-1 count to Prieto. Deals. Swing and a miss. Now 0-2 to Prieto. Prieto is .283 on the year. He has 1 homer. The leadoff man for the Baysox today. 0-2 to the third baseman. Fumbled it, and he'll be safe. Prieto with the speed. He'll be on the first base.
I'll tell you, Michael, fielding has really been in Bowie's favor in this series. The Baysox have dominated this series overall, but infield mistakes like that have really led to big innings throughout the week.
Yeah, definitely. They that was the first error of the game. Binghamton was. There was another error early in the game for Bowie, but I would definitely agree with you on that. Been a lot of errors recently in the Binghamton infield. Swing to the right fielder, deep but catchable. Caught. There'll be 1 out for Bowie. Next is catcher Joseph Ortiz. Oh, sorry, Maverick Henry.
They were a little slow here on the scoreboard.
Maverick Henley in. Pitch. Fly ball, high fly ball in the infield, catchable for the catcher. It's 2 down for Bowie. Swinging it very, very early in the count in for this inning for the Baysox. But definitely has been quick in this inning so far.
I think they're trying to attack that first pitch fastball, here as Adam Hall will come to the plate. But that's unusual for the Baysox. They're usually a very patient offensive team.
Definitely, especially early in this game when a lot of walks have been dealt, especially early in the first inning. Pick off to first. He is safe. Close play, though. Prieto will be safe at first base. Prieto has pretty good speed. Let's see if he actually will steal second. Adam Hall is batting .267, pretty good this early season. High, go to first again, off line. And it is still a 1-0 count with 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth.
And Hall actually hit his first home run of the year last night in Bowie's incredible come-from-behind win.
The 1-0 to Hall. Swung toward right center. Deep at the wall, but at the warning track it is caught. That'll be the 3rd out down. The 4th inning ends complete. It is still 4-2 Bowie.
And I'll tell you, Michael, you did a great job. That's Michael Diemer, just finished his freshman year at Robert Morris, a graduate of South River High School. He's a Seahawk and a product of Crofton, Maryland. Thank you so much for being with us, Michael.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you so much for having me, Adam.
Once again, 4-2. Bowie leads. Back with more after this.
If you're working in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area as a pipe fitter, pipe welder, or HVAC service technician, and you're interested in a better life, a better means to provide for yourself and your family, a way to make sure that you're earning the highest wages and the best benefits in our industry. Visit our website at steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org. And let's talk about what we can do to help change your life.
Hey, coffee lovers. Know where you'll find the world's freshest cup of coffee? Right here at Royal Farms. Because with our new brewing system, it takes less than a minute to go from selecting the kind of coffee you want to this. Ah. The freshest, most flavorful cup of coffee you can buy is at Royal Farms. So try one. It'll be love at first sip because it's the freshest coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast, Royal Farms.
Hey kids, the Baysox Futures Club is the best way to be a fan of the Baysox, and it's completely free for kids ages 3 through 12. Futures Club members get access to special members-only events, discount ticket offers, and free gifts for just signing up. Parents, head over to Baysox.com to sign up your kids, so don't miss out on all the promotions and giveaways at Prince George's Stadium this season and next. The Baysox Futures Club. Sign up now at Baysox.com.
We're back to action here at Prince George's Stadium into the 5th inning as the first pitch to Manny Rodriguez is bounced over to shortstop. Joey Ortiz scoops on the grass and underarms it to first base. And what a quick start, a 6-3 putout as Bowie holds on to a 4-2 advantage. Matt Sabat is with you from Prince George's Stadium on what's been a very special day at the ballpark this evening. It's the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball Celebration Spectacular. And Luis Roberto Clemente, one of Roberto's sons and the president of the Roberto Clemente Foundation, has made the trip up. First off, thank you so much for taking the time to get here, to be a part of the night and the evening, and stopping by on the broadcast. It means so much to all of us.
Thanks, Matt. You know, it's great to be here. First time that we're at the Baysox game, and really enjoying it. Had an incredible time talking to the fans and listening to their stories. But we really, truly appreciate what you're doing also to support our foundation.
Absolutely. So the Clemente Foundation, it celebrates the life, the legacy, and some of the philanthropic efforts that Roberto himself went about. Can you describe a little bit more on what you guys do on a day-to-day, year-to-year basis?
Sure. You know, we try to instill the humanitarian, side of all the youngsters so they understand, how they are great community leaders and their actions really matter. What we learned from our mothers, that what you pass on to us. I was only 6 years old. I'll be 56 this year, right? We're commemorating the 50th year anniversary. So it's been a life devoted to goodwill.
Yes.
Our motto is building nations of good. And in everything that everyone does on a daily basis truly matters. And that's what we're trying to instill on the youngsters.
So you got in just not too long ago, and you've been able to take in the sights and the sounds of the ballpark, and it's been a pretty fun day so far. When you say you've been swamped over there at the display table with folks interested in what you guys do.
It's amazing, the fans that have shared the stories. They show us pictures when they were kids that they took with Dad. Amazing. Others just telling me different anecdotes of what their parents or grandparents told them about that and learning about that experience. So it's amazing. It's amazing to love Dad. He was only 38.
Here's a high drive out toward the right field corner, but this one will hook foul from Matt Winokur. Bases empty, one away here in the top of the 5th inning as Bowie leads 4-2, and we're joined here by Luis Clemente, son of Roberto Clemente and president of the Clemente Foundation. You brought something special today. I got a chance to take a glimpse at it while I was roaming the concourse very, very quickly. It was the Presidential Medal of Freedom presented to your father.
That is correct.
That's incredible. I first off, just thank you for bringing that out, because that's an astonishing piece of history to just be able to see in person. Thank you. I don't know what else to say, but thank you for bringing that. It's incredible.
Absolutely. When I was asked to see if I could bring some piece of memorabilia, I said, well, it's most fitting. We're going to Baltimore near Washington where we received it, and for the significance of what it means and it represents, I wanted the fans to have a chance to see it up close.
So one of the things that they had played on the video boards between innings was a couple of highlights and news clippings, video clippings of Clemente Day in the major leagues. What has that been like from your organizational standpoint?
It's amazing because every team nominates a player that has done the most during the season, for the community, and exemplifies, what that was stood for. And we have a chance now to also vote for who we feel to win the Clemente Award that is presented at the World Series. But the greatest thing is to show the goodwill of all of those players throughout Major League Baseball, in every league, in every team, that they truly get the essence of what they're there for. Dad always saw that baseball was a vehicle to get his message across, and I think that players have learned that and took upon that to make sure that they leave their own legacy as well.
Now, what has it been like from at least your perspective, to see all the Pirates fans kind of come out with their Clemente memorabilia. I saw you actually signed a couple of pieces of memorabilia for fans. What's that been like?
Awesome. I usually get, especially we're in Baltimore, right? So everyone knows the story, the history.
That's fair. that's fair.
So I have gotten a little bit of that. Oh my God, your father killed us way back. But it's awesome. Really, I see their face, expressions, what they really conspire and relate, how important that continues to be in their lives. So I'm really happy to be here. Tomorrow's Father's Day. I want to take the time to congratulate all the fathers. Definitely, I'm returning early, so I get back home to share with my sons. But it's been, we inherited, I guess, the mission to continue the goodwill of the Clemente, family. Not only dad, but also mom. I always say that I'm very proud to be Roberto's son, but I feel extremely fortunate to be Vera's son as well. She did an incredible job raising us. She was mother and father for us as well. And we lost her in 2019. But, the legacy lives on, and that's why we do this, like being here today.
Here's a ground ball over to second, picked up by Greg Cullen, and sent to first base. A 1-2-3 inning by Zach Peak. Well, Luis, we have to close it here, but sure. I am so grateful that you took the time today. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having us and for supporting our foundation.
Luis Clemente here on the broadcast representing the Roberto Clemente Foundation. If you're in the ballpark right now, you can still stop by the exhibit table soon, but he will be packing up, so rush on over. It's over toward the first base side. We've got a break right now as Bowie leads 4-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. That's right, it's Dynamite Night at Prince George's Stadium on Friday, July 15th. Meet legendary actor and comedian Jimmy J.J. Walker, star of the 1970s hit Good Times, with a special VIP meet and greet package available. That's Friday, July 15th for Dynamite Night with Jimmy J.J. Walker at Prince George's Stadium. So head to Baysox.com right now to get your tickets and more.
Deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With two of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the DC area, we love to see Baysox smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to Baysox.com.
We're back into Prince George's Stadium here as we move on to the bottom of the fifth inning. First pitch home to Hudson Haskin is lined up foul the third base side, and it opens up at 0-1. Well, we came in a little bit late because we were just so enamored with our conversations with Luis Roberto Clemente in the last half inning. Clemente, the son of course, Baseball Hall of Famer and one of the all-time legends of the sport, Roberto Clemente, the president of the Clemente Foundation as well, here at today's ball game. An excellent treat to get to chat with him. The 0-1 to Hudson Haskin misses high, and it's 1-1 strike. Bowie leads 4-2. They trailed 1-0 early, but placed a 4 spot on in the first. Binghamton has since inched a bit closer as the 1-1 is checked on down and away, a breaking ball. He didn't go around on the appeal, and the count goes to 2-1. It'll be Haskin, Andrew Dashbach, and then Greg Cullen due up in this half inning for the Baysox. As Yezo Campos continues on the mound for Binghamton. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball lifted high and shallow out toward left. Initially, Carlos Cortez ran back on it. Now he has to run in. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He must not have seen it at first. He finally makes the catch after finally sprinting down. And finally, there's one out. You see, you got to make fun of yourself sometimes. Finally. Now here's Andrew Dashbach. He got it going for Bowie. Well, really capped what was going for Bowie back in the first inning with his 2 RBI single. Just about as weak of a single as you could get to drive in 2 runs, but it worked. Here's the first pitch, misses high. 1-0 to start. Again, they had the infield played in on Dashbach. And it was really just a soft pop, like halfway between a soft pop-up and a soft line drive, where a routinely placed second baseman would easily make the catch. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Fastball upper outside corner, and the count evens at 1. But since the entire infield was played in, it was just right over the head of the second baseman. I think it hit off of the infield dirt before rolling to the outfield, and it scored 2 runs. The 1-1. Dashbach watches up and inside, and the count goes to 2-1. 9 home runs this season for Andrew, and 3 of them have come against the Ponies. As the 2-1 comes in, it's called a strike. Breaking ball hits the lower outside corner to run the count even at 2. Again, Campos continues in what's been an unexpected bullpen game for Binghamton. They got thrown into the fire out of the gate after anticipated starter Alec Casena got called up to AAA. The 2-2, a big pop-up but foul, left side. That one is probably the highest hit ball I think we've seen all season. It finally comes down to a high bounce in front of the picnic porch in the left field corner. They don't keep track of that in the TrackMan system. Maybe they do, but the apex of a ball's flight, the 2-2. Slider misses down and away, and the count runs full. So personally, my preference, the only things I follow in the TrackMan readouts, exit velocity, the break of a pitch, just to see how much it moves in one direction or the other. The pitch's speed itself, as the 3-2 to Dashbach, is called strike 3 inside. Oh, he's a little burned about that one. Had started up the line, but he's retired looking. And there's 2 away here to start the bottom of the 5th inning. Yeah, I'll watch exit speed, distance. I'll watch the strike zone too. But is there an apex? Let me look real quick. Because that would be really interesting to see. At least for high pop-ups like that, which I'm not seeing among the data available. That's unfortunate. As Greg Cullen digs in, first pitch to the left-hander is popped up foul behind home plate. Count opens up at 0-1. Of course, as I'm just going on about available statistical numbers to us, we've still got a baseball game going on. As Bowie leads 4-2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning, bases empty, 2 away. Cullen was hit by a pitch back in the first inning as the next pitch comes in. He's 0 for 1 on the day. Pitch misses away, and the count is even. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Cullen. Sun has mostly set behind what obstructions remain, but there's still plenty of sunlight. There's just a small splash on second base, but the rest of the field is pretty much in shade. The second baseman, Wyatt Young, is the only sunny player. The 2-1, grounded right to Young. I guess the sun graced him with the ball as he picks it and sends to Matt Winokur at first. 4-3 putout, and the inning is over. Back-to-back 3-up, 3-down innings, and we're on to the 6th here at Prince George's Stadium. Bowie leads 4-2. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
It's not baseball season without fireworks, and you can always count on the biggest and best at Prince George's Stadium. There's no better way to cap off a fun evening at the ballpark than a spectacular fireworks show. And the Baysox have got you covered this season with 16 different shows to choose from. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com. Only 2 chances to catch fireworks in June on the 17th and 18th against the Binghamton Rumble Ponies. Hope to see you there.
Now Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
We're back into Prince George's Stadium here as we move to the 6th. A 4-2 Bowie lead. Zach Peak, is he coming back out for a 6th inning? Let's see what he can do here as we hand it off to Adam.
Well, thank you so much. Tough part of the order as well as Brett Beatty batting for the left side. Takes down low. Ball 1. 4-2. Bowie leads the 4-run first inning for the Baysox. Has them out in front still. The next one. And a fastball strike of the knees. And the count 1-1. You look back, Matt, maybe the 6th pitch second inning is one of the reasons that Peak has been able to get into the 6th. In this game tonight, he throws. And it's down low with a fastball. Or check that, he took a little bit off. And the count is 2-1. There is, though, activity currently in the Baysox bullpen. A right-hander is throwing. 2-1. And a curveball bends down and in for ball 3. Clayton McGinnis is up and getting loose in the Baysox pen. Now the 3-1. And a hard hit ball right to third the other way. Second up, glove by Prieto. He straightens up and throws out Beatty. And one retired. Now Bowie was shading Beatty to pull, especially on that left side of the diamond for the left-handed hitter, meaning Prieto at third was well off the bag, and he was perfectly positioned for that hard ground ball, which was 104 miles an hour off of the bat. And now Ronnie Mauricio bats, one down. And here's the pitch. And a good fastball, but just missing away. Very close. And the count 1-0 here to Mauricio. Mauricio was the headliner of the New York Mets 2017 international signing class as a teenager, as he takes a breaking ball down, and it's 2-0. Scouts have always loved his bat speed, and we have seen that a few times in this series. He has hit 2 long homers. Here's the pitch, and a fastball in there on the outside corner. Strike 1. But Mauricio entering tonight has a .288 on-base percentage. And that's a number that is going to need to get elevated to rise in this game to the highest level. As there's a lifted foul straight back out of play. And the count is 2-2. It is such a fine line between being an aggressive hitter to also being a patient one. Here's the pitch. And there's a liner to center. Watson in on it. He's there, now leaps up a bit to make the grab. Now Watson came in and then realized he probably shouldn't have moved at all. And he makes the catch. That's another ball hit more than 100 miles an hour. And there's 2 down in the inning. And here is Carlos Cortez, who's got 3 multi-hit games in this series. And he's got a home run in all 3 of those games. And here's the pitch. Fastball lifted foul out of play left side. And the count is 0-1. Zach Peak pitched in the Big South at Winthrop in South Carolina as a breaking ball stays off the outside. The slow curve of the count 1-1. In his final year there, he was a second-team All-Big South selection. He throws. And a breaking ball hit high in the air, but he got under it. Shallow right. Haskin standing and waiting will make the catch. He had to stand there for a while, and the inning is over. So Peak, if that's the end of the road, a strong finish. He retires the final 7 batters that he faces. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. It's Bowie leading it 4-2. on the Baysox Baseball Network.
Are you interested in beginning or expanding on a career in the pipe fitting, pipe welding, or HVAC service industry? Are you interested in a career path that will set you up for life without experiencing any college debt? If you are interested in these things and you live in the DC area, the Steamfitters UA Local 602 Apprenticeship Program is the best choice for you. For more information about our apprenticeship program and how to apply, please visit steamfitters-602.org. That's steamfitters-602.org.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. But less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
Well, if Binghamton comes back and wins this game, it would most likely be because of this right-hander in Campos. What an outing he has had. Here's A.J. Grafenino leading off the bottom of the sixth for Bowie. 4-2 the Baysox lead it as there's a fastball strike just above the knees on the outer part of the plate. Hunter Parsons, the local product, former pitcher at the University of Maryland, allowed 4 runs in 2 innings. As a fastball misses away in the count 1-1. And here is Campos, who had thrown just more than 25 innings in his 17 outings prior. And here he is in a 4th inning of work as he misses off the outside with an off-speed pitch. And the count is 2-1 here to Grafenino. Followed by Zach Watson and then Cesar Prieto, 8, 9, and 1 of the Bowie order. The pitch. And a fastball misses away, and everything has been off the outside to this Baysox left-handed hitter here to start the 6th inning. Grafenino has got 5 hits in the series. 3-1 coming. And there's a strike, this time on the outside corner with a fastball. He's had a really good time of it, getting consistent playing time and showing what he can do here. 5 hits in 14 at-bats into this one. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a lifted fly. Shallow center, playable for Mcelwain, coming in to make the catch. And 1 retired. And now Zach Watson will stand in. Well, how about the Orioles today? Let's take a look at how they're doing. The Orioles were down 6-2 in their contest. Going into the bottom of the 5th inning, they scored 3 in the 5th to get within 1, tied it in the 6th, but they just fell short tonight. Tampa winning 7-6 pitch, and it's 2 tall, ball 1. Here to Watson. Tough day for Orioles starter, former Baysox a year ago, Kyle Bradish, who allowed 6 runs in 4 1/3 innings. As a high fastball cut and a miss, count 1-1. Mountcastle and Santander each had 2 hits. The veteran catcher Chirinos 3 for 4 ribbies in that one. Here's the pitch. And a fastball on the outside corner for a strike. And they count 1-2 to Watson. What a beautiful day for baseball here in Maryland. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him on a high fastball, chest high. Watson chases, and that's a 4th strikeout for Campos, who has now thrown 3 2/3 scoreless innings. And now Prieto will come to the plate, a guy that Binghamton hadn't been able to get out all week long. He's been aboard twice today, 1 for 3 with a double. He reached via an air his last time up as he swings and lifts a pop-up on the diamond near the first base bag. Winokur, the first baseman, there to make the catch, and with it, the inning is over. So we move to the 7th right after this. 4-2 Bowie on the Baysox Baseball Network.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
When your commercial plumbing project calls for a job done safely and on time, then your job calls for the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Local 5 will always deliver the most skilled and well-trained plumbing craftsmen in the DMV. If you're a contractor who needs safe jobs done well, you need the plumbers of Local 5 Washington, D.C. Start your partnership with them today. Visit local5plumbers.org. That's local5plumbers.org.
Hey Baysox fans, if you've got a teacher or educator in your life that's meant a lot to you, or if you're one yourself, then you don't want to miss out on the Baysox Educator Appreciation Week from Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st. Teachers and educators who show a school ID at the Baysox ticket office will get 2 free tickets to a game of their choice between those days, all sponsored by Educational Systems Federal Credit Union. Again, it's Educator Appreciation Week at Prince George's Stadium, Tuesday, June 28th to Friday, July 1st.
That's turned into a really good ball game tonight. As we now go to the top of the 7th inning, 4-2 Bowie leads. It was 4-1 after the first inning. As Zach Peak is out of the ball game and gives way to the right-hander, Clayton McGinnis, for what will be his 4th Double-A appearance. He started the year with 11 outings in High A Aberdeen. Now here's Hayden Singer, 0 for 1 with a walk, right-handed hitting catcher. Here's the pitch. And a breaking ball hit sharply, and it's through a base hit between short and third. A solidly struck single on the first pitch here to open the 7th inning. And now the man making his Double-A debut tonight, Brandon Mcelwain will bat. He's swung at the first pitch in each of his first 2 plate appearances. McInnes with the Baysox, his 4th outing. He has had a scoreless appearance in 2 of his first 3. As he delivers, and a fastball down low at 93 miles an hour, and the count 1-0. A non-drafted free agent 3 years ago out of Wichita State. Great baseball program there, the Shockers. 1-0 coming. In the dirt, blocked down by Hanley. Ball 2. Former Baysox pitching coach, longtime pitching coach, what a great guy, Kenny Steenstra, who pitched in the big leagues. Kenny, his young son Logan, a great player at Tennessee, the #1 baseball team in the nation this year, albeit they fell just short of Omaha. As there's a breaking ball cut and a miss, McElwain chased a pitch that would have been ball 3 down, count 2-1, but Kenny was a former Wichita State pitcher. Grew up an enormous St. Louis Cardinal fan and got drafted by, of all teams, the Cubs. As a breaking ball strike, count 2-2. How funny is that? You're an enormous sports fan. Your most hated team on God's green earth drafts you. I guess when they call you up to the big leagues, you're all right with it. Counts 2-2. I always thought that was funny. As a fastball's popped up, right field, Haskin under it, and he'll make the catch. Playing it halfway with Singer, and he'll retreat, and there's 1 down. That's a big out there. With a runner on, a 2-0 breaking ball towards the dirt. McElwain chased it. Ends up an at-bat in and out. And now 1-on-1 down, and here's Zach Ashford. Left-handed hitter. And Bowie will play to pull a bit here. The shortstop Ortiz is towards the middle. The Baysox trying to play tonight with a lead. Here's the pitch. And a fastball off the outside, ball one. They've enjoyed playing from behind. The last 2 nights have been like watching that Kentucky Derby, right? The Baysox have been that horse rich strike. Coming from behind and catching them at the wire. A 1-0. And a bunt, foul behind the plate, and it's 1-1. Last night especially, wow, what a game. 5-1 down. Bowie gets a 3-run homer from Cody Roberts in his return from AAA. And then Ortiz, with 2 down in the 9th, ties it with a homer before Binghamton scored 3 in the top of the 10th, but that wasn't even enough. A 1-1. And a swing and a miss on a fastball down as McGinnis is getting some of these Binghamton hitters to chase here, and they count 1-2. Bowie scoring 4 in the bottom of the 10th to just absolutely stun the Ponies. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Fastball lifted, foul. Out of play left side of the facade of the rooftop of Prince George's Stadium, and the count remains 1-2 here. What do you think the win probability for Bowie was on the little ledger when it was 8-5 to the bottom of the 10th? Or even 5-4 with nobody on in the 9th and 2 down, as there's a lifted foul out of play left side. Don't you love it when you see that? This team had a 0.01369% chance to win. And then it just soared to 100%. The 1-2 pitch, runner goes, and a foul on a line to the screen. That, by the way, was not a scientific number. That would be known as the Adam Pohl calculator. And if you've listened to these broadcasts over the years, you know that you cannot trust much of what that calculator tells you. 1-on-1 down, 4-2 Bowie in the top of the 7th. Ashford is 0 for 2 tonight as McGinnis delivers. And another lifted foul out of play left side as Ashford's hanging in there here. Ashford, in his collegiate time, hit better than 300 in all 4 years as a ball player in the Mountain West Conference. And he had a really good Cape Cod League year after his junior year of college as well. As a look to first. And back to the bag is Sanger, who once again is the catcher. And unlike Maverick Handley, who has stolen 2 bases in this series, I don't think Sanger is much of a threat to be on the run. 1-2 coming, and it's off the outside with a fastball. Big power on deck, Manny Rodriguez. McGinnis, a deep breath. Runner's going. There we go. Breaking ball away, and he's stolen a base. We have seen catchers steal more bases in this series than almost any other. That was kind of the backward jinx right there, right? There's absolutely no way this guy's running and he ran. Of course. Sanger getting the steal. And it is his second of the year in 37 games. That's big, though. 3-2. Swing and a miss. They finally got him. What a great job by McGinnis in a long at-bat. And he threw him a hard slider down. And Ashford right over the top of it. 2 down now. And here is Manny Rodriguez. Well, now you got a runner at second. And Sanger will be running with contact. And I think he showed us some that he might be a little faster than we gave him credit for previous to this in this inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a soft chopper near third, but foul outside of it. And the count is 0-1 here to Rodriguez. Rodriguez has 21 hits on the year, and 12 of them are for extra bases, including his double in the third inning here. He hit a sinking liner to left. Grafenino made a sliding effort but could not make the catch. The 0-1 coming. Good fastball strike at 93. At the knees, it was down the middle. And the count 0-2. McInnes standing to the first base side of the rubber now. Stands on top, leans in for the sign from his catcher Hanley. He comes set at the letters. A deep breath, he looks to second and comes home. And a breaking ball darts down low. And the count 1-2 here to Rodriguez. Rodriguez and the man on deck, Winokur, are both batting south of 150. But they both have a hit tonight. You cannot take it for granted. And once again, Rodriguez is a guy with a dangerous bat. The pitch, and it's off the outside. Cutting, offering away, and it's 2-2 as McInnes tried to start the pitch on the outside corner and then get a chase from Rodriguez, but Manny Rodriguez did not take the bait. Infield playing the pull big time. Pitch, swinging a chopper deep in the hole, backhanding Ortiz, long throw, and it's in time to get the out. And with it, the inning is over. So again, great positioning for Bowie in the field. Ortiz is deep in the hole. He's able to backhand and get a lot on that throw. A leadoff single left at second. It's stretch time in Bowie. On to the bottom of the seventh. 4-2. The Baysox lead it on the Baysox Baseball Network.
On the Green Incorporated is your lawn care team, providing professional organic-based lawn care programs for residential and commercial lawns. Our lawn care programs provide ballpark quality results. Each service is custom tailored with guaranteed results for even the toughest lawns. On the Green also offers outdoor pest control services. Mosquitoes, ants, ticks, and more. Safely and effectively control insects and enjoy the outdoors this summer with On the Green Incorporated. Go to onthegreeninc.com.
Get your gear and memorabilia from your favorite Baysox players and future stars of the Baltimore Orioles at the Tackle Box Team Store. Jerseys, hats, autographed bats and balls, all at great prices. Located right at the main gate at Prince George's Stadium and online at BaysoxShop.com, the Tackle Box is the only place to get the best Baysox gear for you and your favorite fan. It's the Tackle Box at Prince George's Stadium and at BaysoxShop.com.
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
Boy, what an effort from the reliever in Campos, who allows 1 hit and no runs in 4 scoreless innings. He struck out 4. New pitcher, third of the night for Binghamton, Antonio Santos. Bottom of the 7th inning, 4-2, Bowie leads. Here's Joey Ortiz, who hit the magical game-tying homer with 2 down on the 9th last night, his 4th of the year. And he takes a sweeping breaking ball strike. And the count 0-1. Santos making just his 4th Double-A appearance. The righty throws, and a fastball well upstairs at 94 miles an hour. And the count, a ball and a strike. Here's the next one. And a fastball off the outside, ball 2. Well, when you look around the ballpark tonight, you see the black and orange of the Baysox and Oriole faithful all over, but you also see some black and gold Roberto Clemente shirts and jerseys. As there's a fastball strike. On the outside corner, it's 2-2. Baysox are wearing special uniforms that will be auctioned off for the Clemente Foundation. The 2-2. Reaching swing and a fastball off the outside. Strike three. Santos gets the K. One down, and here's Maverick Handley. Clemente had maybe the greatest moment of his baseball career late in it when his 1971 Pittsburgh Pirates bested the Orioles in a dramatic series to win that title. The Orioles went to 3 straight World Series, but only won the middle series against the Reds in 1970, as there's a fastball strike to Handley. Clemente was the everyday right fielder with a rocket arm. Had 3,000 hits in his career on the dot. 0-1. And it's hit the other way, a base hit off a breaking ball. What a good piece of hitting. Handley hits the inside of the baseball. And he singles. He's on with one down. And here's Adam Hall. And one of his teammates, Richie Hebner, was a former manager in the Orioles organization. Richie was the third baseman, and so many of those great throws from Clemente and Wright ended up with Hebner laying a tag on the foot of a sliding and unsuspecting base runner. As here's the pitch to Hall, and a fastball misses inside, and the count 1-0. Hebner was the manager of the Frederick Keys in 2008 and 2009, and the Keys used to have a reading day at the ballpark. Pitch and a fastball strike, count 1-1. And one of the schools that participated in it was in Montgomery County here in Maryland, Roberto Clemente Middle School. And Richie Hebner could not believe it that his teammate, great friend, all those years ago, he was actually at Clemente's funeral in the early 70s, that he was honored with a school naming in this area. As here's the 1-1. And a swing and a liner near the line and right, curling, and it's fair! It bounces up against the wall. Handley's towards third. He's going to come for the plate. Here comes the relay throw. Safe! And all the way to third is Hall. And it's a 5-2 Bowie lead. On a curling drive into the corner and right. A little bit of insurance. The RBI. We'll have to see if they roll that a double or a triple. It's going to be a double, and Hall gets third on the throw. And now the infield is in, as Haskin will come to the plate. That's a huge run for the Baysox. Hall's second double of the night. He's got 3 driven in. Pitch, and Haskin takes up high, ball 1. But it was really something seeing Richie Hebner deliver. He wanted to see those kids, and he gave a great speech about his friend Roberto to the kids that went to the school. As a breaking ball misses in, and the count is 2-0. And I was reminded of that moment by our outstanding assistant general manager, Phil Ryan Bowie, when Phil told me tonight that the softball team from Roberto Clemente Middle is here at the game tonight, as it's off speed and inside, ball 3. Talk about a beautiful bind that ties. And for the young ladies that play on that softball team to get to even learn more about such an incredible figure. Pitch and a fastball strike. And the count is 3-1. And even for the Clemente Foundation that is here tonight to see those softball players that play for a school that dons the name and honors such a brilliant ball player and gentleman in the great Roberto Clemente. 3-1. And there's a liner to short, caught in the air. A sinking jam shot liner that Mauricio catches knee high. And holding at third, Hall. That's a big out. There's 2 down, and the infield will back up now. And here is Andrew Dashbach. Well, Adam Hall, he had a huge swing of the bat in the 10th inning last night in Bowie's improbable 4-run stunning comeback. And what a night he's had tonight. Here's Dashbach, 2 hits this evening, and he takes in the dirt, blocked in front of the plate by Sanger, and Hall, who can run well. He had a notion, but he stays put at third. Dashbach is 2 for 3 tonight. And when you look back at it, that soft flared single with the infield into right that scored 2 was enormous in the first. As he swings and lifts one high and deep to left, Cortez back at the track and at the wall. He'll make the catch. Oh my. That one kissed a star, came down and ended up in the mid of Cortez. We go to the 8th inning. 5-2, Bowie leads it on the Baysox Baseball Network.
If you own or operate a building or facility, or if you're a general contractor that is located or operates in the D.C. area, there is no doubt that it is important for you to have the best trained and most qualified people working for you. Members of Steamfitters UA Local 602 provide the highest level of HVAC, mechanical, and specialty piping services to the various customers we serve. For more information about the services we provide and for a list of companies you can hire, please visit steamfitters-602.org.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
So we head to the top of the 8th inning. Bowie gets a big insurance run on the Adam Hall RBI double in the 7th. The Baysox lead 5-2. And now with the call in the 8th, here's Matt.
Well, it's back to Clayton McGinnis on the mound for Bowie. After giving up that leadoff single in the 7th, he was 3 up, 3 down. It'll be Matt Winokur, Wyatt Young, and Brett Beatty to open the start of what's currently the new lefty gauntlet for Binghamton. 5 consecutive left-handers. First pitch to Winokur. Called a strike. Slider hits the inside edge. It's 0-1 to open. Winokur, 1 for 2 on the day. That was his only other hit against the Baysox this season. That single back in the 3rd on the infield, just his second hit. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses up and away, and the count goes even at a ball and a strike. But his other hit against Bowie, his other hit was a big one, a 2-run home run. So he's always liable, but with Bowie ahead by 3 right now, thanks to that insurance by Adam Hall, they've got some room. The 1-1. Pieced foul, might have hit off of the catcher's mask, but it goes back to the screen. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. It's been such an interesting series for the Baysox. They've trailed at so many points over the set, but been so resilient as the 1-2 pitch comes in, and it misses down. A fastball runs the count even at 2. Of course, they have been able to make good inroads against a pitching staff that is among the worst in the league. And you got to make sure that you keep yourself within reality. As the 2-2 comes in, it misses away, and the count runs full. Because, yes, this is an outstanding offensive showing over the week for Bowie, but they've got to keep it going, and that's what's going to be very, very important when they turn into next week and visit Erie. The Seawolves have one of the best pitching staffs in the league. Here's the payoff to Winokur. It's popped foul, third base side out of play, up to the 2nd level of the concourse, and the count stays full on Winokur. He's only 1 for 10 this season on full counts. He has drawn 8 walks, however, only struck out 5 times. They play him a small bit on the pull side. He does pull at about 48% of the time, as the payoff again comes in, and it's pieced foul. Fastball on the outside edge of the zone. Winokur was looking for something low, so he just got it on the top half of his bat. Count stays full as McGinnis tries to continue. He had a very lengthy first inning of work. 21 pitches in that first relief outing. Bases empty, still nobody out. Here's another 3-2. Up and away, ball 4. So McGinnis walks his first batter of the day and his 4th this season with the Baysox. It's the second walk allowed by Bowie pitching. And now it goes back to the top of the lineup for Wyatt Young. First batter is reached in both innings against McGinnis now. That one an 8-pitch battle. Here's Wyatt Young. Again, righty on lefty. It's 5 consecutive left-handers for Binghamton, including the switch hitter Ronnie Mauricio. As the first pitch comes in, it comes in low. Looked to be the slider there for McGinnis, and the count opens up at 1-0. 0 for 3 day for Wyatt Young. He struck out swinging back in the first inning, grounded out to third in the third, then to second in the 5th. A bouncer here would be a great play for Bowie, a big opportunity. Young has hit into 2 double plays this season. Here's the 1-0. Popped up, left side, foul ground. This one tailing out. And it'll touch down, probably about 10 rows up. And the count goes even at 1. I gotta say, it seems like Joey Ortiz has been seeing a lot of balls sprayed in his direction today. He's made 3 putouts at short. Had a single hit his way by Winokur back in that 3rd inning. Hopes to turn a double play here as the 1-1 is a line drive instead to left field. It'll fall in weakly for a base hit as Grafenino pulls it, trying to go first to third. Winokur will get in safely on the slide. They go back to second, but it's not in time there either. So a single and an advancement on the throw for Young puts runners in scoring position. Note the plurality of that. Runners, second and third, with still nobody out here in the top of the 8th. Tying run comes to the plate.
Yeah, Grafenino made a big mistake there. He really had no chance to throw out the runner at third in Young, or I should say in Winokur. That throw's got to go to second base, and if it does, you've got runners to the corners here. You can turn 2. You want to minimize the damage in an inning like this. 1 run isn't going to beat you. But the throw to third allowed Young easily into second, and it's a big mistake.
And now you've got Brett Beatty. Of course, one of the biggest prospects in the Mets organization. It is helpful for Bowie that Francisco Alvarez is still out of today's game. He left yesterday with an injury. Pinch runner came in after Alvarez had singled in the 10th inning. But it's precautionary from what we've been told. First pitch to Beatty misses down and inside, and the count starts out at 1-0. Beatty has not hit a home run against Bowie yet this season, but he has hit them well. .353 average against the Baysox compared to just his .275 overall average. He's only driven in 2 runs against Bowie, and the Baysox have struck him out plenty. He's 0 for 3 today, the 1-0. Check swing barely misses. Fastball away, and the count goes to 2-0. I believe that to be Shelton Perkins warming in the bullpen for the Baysox. It is. As the 2-0 from McGinnis comes in, and it's lofted out toward deep right center field. Watson racing back a long way to the warning track. He leaps, and it is gone. A game-tying 3-run home run for Brett Beatty, his 6th of the season. And this time it's Binghamton overcoming the deficit late. It's 5-5. It's a blown save for McGinnis, as Beatty has jumped up to 19 runs driven in this year. 105-mile-an-hour exit velocity and 404 feet straight away to center. Slider just hung a little bit on the outer half of the plate. Belly high, but still had plenty of the meat, and that's going to be it. No mound visit from the pitching coach. Kyle Moore is out, and he's going with the hook. So Shelton Perkins will take over in a 5-5 ball game as McGinnis is done. Ronnie Mauricio will step up. The base is empty. Still nobody out here in the top of the 8th. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
A birthday bash with the Baysox is the best time at the ballpark. Bring your friends and family out to celebrate and be the star of the show. Dance on the dugout with Louie, play games in the stadium, introduce a batter in the game, and you'll even get to have the stadium sing for you. Baysox birthday parties, an unforgettable, one-of-a-kind experience at Prince George's Stadium. Book yours by calling 301-464-4880 or at baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox. Open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We continue on with the top of the 8th here at Prince George's Stadium in a fresh ball game. This time it was Bowie leading by a wide margin, a 5-2 advantage coming into the start of this half inning. But 2 quick base runners, a walk and a single, and a 3-run home run by Brett Beatty for the Binghamton Rumble Ponies, his first of the season against Bowie, and his 6th overall of the year for one of the top Mets prospects, have brought it to a 5-5 ball game. So Clayton McGinnis will depart. He is replaced by Shelton Perkins. It's a blown save for McGinnis. We'll get you his full line in a brief moment. 1 full inning plus some batters. He faced 7 overall. Gave up 3 hits and 3 runs, all earned. Struck out 1, walked 1. As Perkins takes over, he faces off against switch hitter Ronnie Mauricio to start. First pitch home. As Mauricio bats lefty, it's a breaking ball, the curve. Misses down and away for a called ball. It's 1-0 to open. Here's the next. Misses away, this time a little bit up as well. Changeup runs the count to 2-0. We'll get you some info on Perkins in just a second. James Madison product. Kicks and fires the 2-0. And it's lofted foul, third base side. This one will curl out as the count goes to 2-1. 5'10", 215-pound right-hander. Picked up in the 16th round of the 2019 draft from James Madison. He spent all year with Bowie and made 15 appearances. 0-2 record with a 3.93 ERA, the 2-1. Little short swing and poked over slowly to first. Backhanded by Dashbach. Underhands to Perkins on the run. And they combine to get it there. 3-1 put out. Beats out Mauricio. And it's the first out here in the top of the 8th. Perkins has worked 18 1/3 innings for Bowie this year. He's struck out 18. Has had his issues just finding the edges of the zone. He's walked 16, but doesn't give up that much contact. He's one of only, well now at this point, he's the only reliever this season for Bowie that hasn't given up a home run. As the first pitch to Carlos Cortez is called a strike on the outside edge, 0-1. I was about to say 1 of 2, but the other one was Clayton McGinnis. And, of course, that's not true anymore. As the 0-1 to Cortez misses down, count goes even and a ball and a strike. Cortez is 0 for 3 on the day, and he has been a dagger in this series. 3 home runs against the Baysox, accounting for his 4 total, the 1-1. That one's a called strike. Curveball hits the outside edge, and Perk looks to be locating early on here. They put a bit on the pull side for the left-hander Cortez as the 1-2 is in there for strike 3. A devastating slider from Shelton Perkins for his first punch out of the day. 7th overall for Baysox pitching. There's 2 outs. That one started in the other batter's box and found its way in the meat of the plate right at Cortez's knees. That's an outstanding pitch to ring a guy up. Here's Hayden Sanger. First pitch to the right-hander is the slider. This time popped out toward right field. Cullen doesn't see it. Dashbach doesn't see it, and it's down right to Dashbach's right. That's a base hit for Sanger, as Bowie is really just running into it right now. Dashbach was running back to back up Cullen, and I don't think he heard Cullen call out that he couldn't see the ball. And after Dashbach finally realized, he started to look up and he couldn't track it down. We are in that twilight hour, so once it gets a little bit high up, enough past the glow of the lights, it can be difficult. But that's a tough one. And it's on Perkins now to try and rebound. His first pitch home, he sticks with that slider, and it's called for strike in the lower outside corner. Boy, is it just working The best we've seen today. 0-1 on Brandon McElwain. Next pitch. Slider again. Called for strike on the outside edge. Already 0-2. McElwain 1 for 3 here in his Double-A debut. Singled up the gut in the 4th inning, but he was doubled up on that excellent play in right field by Hudson Haskin. Haskin picked up a liner as a delayed steal goes to second. Perkins throws it there, but it goes underneath Cullen's glove into center field. Runner stays put, but it's a stolen base for Sanger. His 2nd of the season.
That was kind of a bizarre play. That throw was not in the dirt. I think Cullen was trying to catch it and just kind of hold the glove there, and he just didn't catch the ball. It was maybe about ankle high.
Or maybe he thought it would come in lower and he was trying to catch it on a bounce. I think that might have been a little more likely. But it does put go-ahead run in scoring position. Still an 0-2 count on McElwain, however. The next pitch. Swinging just a piece. Perkins tried to get him away on that slider. And McElwain had to stretch out every inch to just get a sliver of wood on it in the other batter's box. Wind pushing a bit in from left, mostly across the field. More from 3rd to 1st, it feels right now. Perkins still a chance for the punch-out. The 0-2 pitch. Slider driven high and deep out toward left field. Sends Grafenino back on the run. He leaps. It's over his head and bounces over the wall. An automatic double will give Binghamton the lead. It's 6-5. First extra base hit from McElwain. First RBI at the Double-A level for the center fielder. And just as Perkins was set to get out of it, he had such a prime opportunity to just throw out that steal at second base. McElwain fouled off an outstanding slider away, and Perkins just couldn't get away. Here's Zach Ashford. First pitch, left-hander watches inside, and the count starts out at 1-0. So now Bowie has to play from behind. They were trailing 1-0 after the top of the 1st inning, played at 4. And now they've got 6 outs to work with to try and make sure that they don't go home with their 3-game losing streak packed up. 3-game losing streak, 3-game winning streak. Next pitch called a strike. Hit the changeup on the outside edge. It's 1-1. Ashford 0 for 3 on the day. A ground out, a fly out into a double play, and a strikeout, the 1-1. Slider from Perkins misses too far down and inside, and the count goes to 2-1. Well, the slider's been working when he's trying to keep it waist high. Its vertical movement has really been helping him out. Having guys fish at it, I'm not so sure. Runner at second, still 2 away. The 2-1 pitch in. Grounded over to first. Dashbach backs up on it, picks it with a foot on the outfield grass, and again sends it to Perkins. 3-1 putout ends the inning, but not before Binghamton ties the game and takes the lead. A 3-run home run by Brett Beatty to make it a 5-5 game, and a 2-out automatic double by Brandon McElwain to drive in the go-ahead run. Bottom of the 8th coming up as Bowie trails 6-5. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Pest Now is proud to partner with the Bowie Baysox and provide their pest control services. For all your residential and commercial pest control needs, call Pest Now. For general pest control, termite control, mosquito control, and all other pest control services, call Pest Now. You can reach us at 301-231-8300 or visit us online at www.pestnow.com.
The best way to take in a Baysox game is with a group outing at Prince George's Stadium. Everything from entertaining clients to birthday parties and even fundraising opportunities for your team, the Baysox offer plenty of options for your group at unbeatable rates with plenty of options on suites, seats, and decks around the ballpark. Your group can eat their fill and have an unforgettable time. Find out more and schedule your group outing by calling 301-464-4880 or going to Baysox.com.
From bug bites to burns, fevers to flu, and bruises to broken bones, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox, open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Bottom of the 8th inning here as Bowie trails for the first time since the first inning. A 6-5 Binghamton lead with Antonio Santos continuing on the mound for Binghamton. Second inning of relief for the right-hander as the first pitch comes in away. Fastball to Greg Cullen, and it's 1-0 to open. 7, 8, and 9 in the Baysox lineup due here with Cullen, A.J. Grafenino, and then Zach Watson. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Change up down low, and the count goes to 1-1. Cullen, an 0 for 2 day, got hit by a pitch in the first inning. That was part of Bowie's 4-run frame. Flew out to center field in the third and then grounded out to second in the fifth. 1-1. Misses away again, and the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1. Breaking ball served out towards center field on a shallow line, and it holds up just enough. Brandon Mcelwain hesitated on it before making the catch. Mcelwain has really had some interesting runs on pitches today. Is he a usual center fielder? He was added very, very last second, so didn't get the chance to do much studying on him. He was a part of the moves that shuttled anticipated starter Alec Casena up to AAA. Is he normally in center field? As the first pitch home to A.J. Grafenino misses away for a ball. Count starts out at 1-0. No, he's not. This is actually his first game in center field since he was in college. Next pitch lifted foul, left side. As the count goes even at 1 on Grafenino. Yeah, so it's pretty clear that McElwain has just been put in a situation that he obviously wasn't too probably prepared for, and that's understandable. As the 1-1 pitch comes in, it's lifted up the line, third base side toward the bullpen, and will slice foul as the count goes 1-2 on Grafenino, who's 1 for 3 on the day. Yeah, McElwain has played most of his career in right field and left field. This season with High A Brooklyn, he spent 41 of his 43 games in right field, the other 2 in left. And then last season with Low A St. Lucie, 60 of his 64 games in left field, the other 4 in right. Here's the 1-2 to Grafenino. Flinched on, just misses away a fastball. And the count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, so all of that is to say, watching some of these interesting routes that McElwain may take in center field make a little sense. Here's the next pitch, a check swing, and it's called strike 3 on a pitch away. Grafenino is down on strikes. Second punch out for Antonio Santos. And that one to Zach Watson. Binghamton does have a left-hander up and moving. Looks to be Andrew Mitchell. While the Baysox have Tyler Birch throwing in the pen. Birch will take on the next half inning after Shelton Perkins had to come on in a quick roll that he probably didn't expect as the first pitch to Watson misses high. 1-0 to open. Clayton McGinnis came on for the 8th inning and was instantly hit hard. The 1-0. Popped foul, right side, out of play. Count evens at 1 on Watson, who's 0 for 3 on the day, 2 strikeouts. And McGinnis had worked a scoreless 7th, but in the 8th, leadoff walk, a single, and a 3-run home run to dead center by Brett Beatty. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, high fastball, 95 on the black. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes on Watson. At the very least, Bowie will have the top of their lineup coming up soon. If it's not now, it will be in the bottom of the 9th, and that's going to be very important because they're all hitting, obviously. Cesar Prieto has a double today. Joey Ortiz is 1 for 3 with a walk and a single. And, of course, Maverick Handley and Adam Hall. Hall has 2 doubles. The 1-2. Watson watches high. A good take on a fastball, and the count runs even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And they'll go against Mitchell, who's already allowed a handful of runs. The 2-2. Curveball misses up and inside, and it runs full here on Watson. We can walk through Mitchell's numbers later, but he's allowed already 3 runs in 4 2/3 innings. Bases empty, 2 away, and a step off. Well, with the bases empty, I'd imagine you should be cleaned up on signs here, but with the new pitch clock, you don't really get the chance to recycle through them and take too long on the mound to set yourself back up. So it does have to lead to a mound visit from time to time when it normally would seem a little odd. Here's the payoff to Watson. Poked foul, right side. Gets behind the screen, and the count will stay full. Birch still warming in the pen. He'll be good to go for the next half inning. As another payoff comes home, and Watson pops it foul behind home plate again. This one will get up to the diamond view as the count stays. Lengthy plate appearance here. That was pitch number 7. Here's pitch number 8. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Pitches in the dirt, and Watson didn't even bother. It rolled all the way to the other side of the batter circle, and Watson is tagged, still in the batter circle. Third strikeout for Santos in a 1-2-3 inning. As we go to the 9th, Bowie will try to keep Binghamton from increasing as they hope to walk off for the second consecutive day. They trail 6-5. You're listening to Baysox Baseball. Saturday, July 2nd and Sunday, July 3rd. It's 2 of the largest fireworks shows of the season, all a part of the Baysox Independence Day weekend celebration. On Saturday, it's the post-game spectacular, sponsored by Royal Farms. And on Sunday, it's the Baysox Independence Day celebration with the biggest fireworks show of the season, sponsored by Johns Hopkins Community Physicians. 2 straight days of post-game fireworks at Prince George's Stadium, and you don't want to miss it. So get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
There is a weekend in July where the baseball world revolves around a village in upstate New York. Baseball Hall of Fame induction weekend in Cooperstown is an unforgettable experience full of family-friendly activities and priceless moments. Make your plans today for July 22nd through 25th for the induction of Bud Fowler, Gil Hodges, Jim Cott, Minnie Minoso, Tony Oliva, Buck O'Neill, and David Ortiz as the class of 2022. Visit baseballhall.org today for the
Baseball is a game of specialists. Base stealers, closers, cleanup hitters. Together, they help their team stand out from the rest. Specialists also help set Chesapeake Employers Insurance apart from other workers' compensation insurance companies. Our health services team includes orthopedic surgeons, nurse case managers, a physical therapist, and more, all to get your employee back to work, contain costs, and keep premiums down. That's teamwork. To learn more, connect with your agent or visit Chesapeake Employers at CEIWC.com.
We're on in the 9th inning here at Prince George's Stadium. A 6-5 Binghamton lead. Bowie will send a new pitcher to the mound as Tyler Birch takes over for the Baysox. Sheldon Perkins departs. Unfortunately, he's in line for the loss. Of course, he came in probably earlier than he had anticipated after the game went from a 5-2 Bowie lead to a 5-5 in just one swing. Brett Beatty, a 3-run home run, knocked Clayton McGinnis out. Perkins took over and allowed the go-ahead run. Here's Manny Rodriguez, first pitch. Slider called a strike from Birch. On the outside edge, it's 0-1. But Perkins is in line for the loss today. 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 run it was earned. 1 strikeout, no walks for the right-hander. As Birch kicks high, fires the 0-1. Rodriguez swings through a fastball up and inside. And the count quickly to 0-2. Birch, a 6'2", 190-pound right-hander, traded over from Philadelphia back in 2021. That was the Galvis deal. He's been on a good run as of late. Hasn't allowed an earned run in 3 consecutive appearances. The 0-2. This is up and away a fastball. And the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes now. On the season overall, he's made 15 appearances, gone 0-5. 8.64 ERA with 16 2/3 innings, 16 strikeouts, 7 walks, the 1-2. Bounces in, slider misses down and away, and the count goes even at 2. Birch has allowed 6 home runs. Second most of relievers. Connor Lopridge leads with 8, but his were very front heavy. Remember, he allowed 3 home runs in his Double-A debut to this Binghamton team back in early April. Here's the 2-2 to Rodriguez. Driven out towards center, but mild range. Watson now runs in a long way as that one actually came in a lot closer than it initially looked off bat. Watson's there, and there's the first out. Birch is coming off of an inning and a third scoreless earlier in this series. He came in for the final 4 outs of Bowie's blowout loss in Game 1 of the doubleheader on Wednesday. Got a pop out and 3 groundouts to work cleanly. But prior to that, he was on the losing end of a walk-off loss. First pitch to Matt Winokur. Misses high, a fastball. And it's 1-0 to start on the lefty. And it's back to that lefty gauntlet as well for Binghamton. 5 consecutive left-handers, starting with Winokur, who's 1 for 2 on the day with a walk and a run scored in the 8th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. This is down and in a slider. It goes to 2-0. Birch against lefties this season has pitched them a bit better. 269 average compared to 326 for right-handers. 7 strikeouts, only 2 walks. All of the home runs he's allowed have been to right-handers. So that could be notable. Here's the 2-0. This is down and inside again. Really trying to get him to fish with the slider, and it's just not happening. The slider was working for Shelton Perkins because, as I said in the last half inning, he was using it as a backdoor slider to just get it into the zone at the last second while going waist high on the outside. Birch is trying to use it to go down and in and get the swings and misses. So far, it hasn't bitten. The 3-0. Fastball away and a 4-pitch walk. Second walk that Winokur has drawn today. First walk for Birch, third for Bowie pitching. And now back to the top of the lineup for Wyatt Young.
Second baseman, Wyatt Young.
Young had that lofty single to left field back in the 8th inning. That set up the rally for Brett Beatty in his game-tying 3-run home run. Want to avoid something like that here. As the first pitch comes in, and it misses wide. 5 consecutive out of the zone for Tyler Birch. Fastball opens it up at 1-0. Young is 1 for 4 overall, struck out swinging in the first and then grounded out in the 3rd and 5th. Bowie needs that right now. Double play could end the inning, and they'd be trailing by just 1 going into the bottom of the 9th, the 1-0. There's the slider again, still misses too far inside. As the count goes to 2-0. Not much of a shift put on for the lefty Young. He actually goes the opposite way more often. The 2-0. Slider this time finally hits on the bottom edge. After 6 consecutive out of the zone, Birch logs a called strike. Works a bit on the third base side of the rubber, out of the stretch, and sets at the waist. Runner at first, 1 away. The 2-1 pitch in. This is up and away, a fastball. And the count runs to 3-1. It's been a great turnout this evening at Prince George's Stadium. Of course, the Roberto Clemente and Latin Baseball celebration, post-game fireworks as well, all presented by Chesapeake Employers Insurance. As the 3-1 comes in, it's in there for a called strike. So now he's starting to take handle of what Perkins was doing. Again, that was the slider used on the back door to work it against the lefty on the outside edge. 3-2 on Young. See if the runner goes. Stays put, the pitch. Floated over toward left and past Ortiz, a base hit. So Wyatt Young started the day 0 for 3, and now he has singles in consecutive innings. Pushes Winokur to second base and brings up Brett Beatty. So Winokur walked and Young singled with Beatty coming up. Sound familiar? Hopefully it's not the same outcome. A double play would be nice here. Beatty has a high ground ball rate, and he's into 5 double plays this season. Again, would get Bowie out of the inning. They need it now. First pitch, left-hander, watches high, a fastball. And it's 1-0 to start. It's 3 consecutive batters Birch has worked a first pitch ball. Here's the 1-0. Slider, but misses too far down. Count goes to 2-0. Birch has fired 17 pitches so far today. Only 6 of them have been in the zone. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Good frame. Just nicks the top of the zone for a called strike on that fastball. Again, Bowie trailing 6-5 here in the top of the 9th inning. Here Binghamton put on 4 runs in the top of the 8th. The 2-1. Bouncing ball very slowly hit to second. Too tough to turn 2 as it's picked by Cullen and sent to Dashbach. 4-3 put out as the runners advance. Now to second and third, but 2 away.
Shortstop, Mauricio.
You know what, Adam? I'm proud of myself. I went through that tongue twister, too tough to turn 2, and still got through it just fine. Got to take the small victories from time to time. Here's Ronnie Mauricio. Switch hitter bats lefty, and the first pitch is swung on and missed. Started with the heater up and away, and it's 0-1 to open. Well, Mauricio opened the scoring today with his solo home run to right field, a heavy blast off of Zach Peak in the first. That was mixed in the middle of 3 strikeouts for Peak, but he's 1 for 4 overall, the 0-1. Another swing and a miss, that time the slider. Well, Birch has the mind games going right now as Mauricio is really just trying to drive someone in. Doesn't seem as if he cares too much about getting on base. And why would he? He's only drawn 11 walks this year in 55 games. Here's the 0-2. This is up and away the fastball. Really tried to get him to stretch for it. I can sympathize, but it just didn't take. Second and third, 2 away in the top of the 9th. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just misses low. Slider came in a tad below the knees. And the count goes even at 2. Rodriguez flew out to center to open, then a walk and a single. A ground out advanced the runners, and now a 2-2 pitch. This is down and inside, gets back to the screen. This will score the run. The throw goes home, but it's late. Wild pitch scores Winokur, and now Bowie has to climb back from a 2-run deficit. It's 7-5.
Boy, you had the air on the throw to second when Singer was caught, taking off for second base. And Perkins threw under the glove of Cullen, and then that run comes around to score the lead run, and now another mistake here that allows a huge run home.
Started ahead 0-2 on Mauricio, but now it's full, and you've given up more as Mauricio singles to left field to drive in another. So Birch had Mauricio up against the wall and loses him completely as it's 8-5. Second hit of the day for Mauricio.
Left fielder, Carlos Cortez.
And now here's Carlos Cortez. I talked a little bit with Cody Roberts earlier today, and he mentioned how it can be deflating, the 10th inning and how that went for Bowie. And I could tell he was really trying to keep it FCC compliant, to put it mildly. But I definitely think a word like deflating sits there cleanly to properly describe what an inning like this is for the Baysox. And that's just kind of how this inning is. That's kind of how the 10th inning was. And it's very difficult to rally multiple times like that. And the difference here is that in the 10th inning last night, you've got that runner placed at second base. And that's a kickstart in the very least. And it was then. Bowie won't get that in the 9th. Brief meeting on the mound, and Carlos Cortez will dig in with runner at first. Still 2 away. Both runs coming across with 2 outs and 2 strikes on the same batter. First pitch, Cortez misses away. And the count starts out at 1-0.
Yeah, and this is a night where the bullpen only needed to give you 3 innings, right? Because Peak got through 6, so it's a little surprising to see how it's fallen apart here for Bowie.
Runner goes, feigns the takeoff rather. The 1-0 is called a strike on a fastball bottom edge.
You got to find a way to minimize the damage, don't you, Matt? I mean, you're going to give up a run, have a tough inning here or there, but you got to find a way to stay away from the big inning, and that's what Binghamton's brought to the table here late.
Pick off to first. No slide, no tag even applied. We'll wait on the 1-1 pitch. Birch has thrown 26 pitches, and only 11 have gone for strikes. I think that's your main culprit there.
Yeah.
Cortez an 0 for 4 day, 2 strikeouts, 2 flyouts. The 1-1. This is away. Another fastball runs the count to 2-1. And now Bowie is getting another arm up in the bullpen if Birch is unable to get out of this frame.
Birch has had a really tough year, but he still has a very live arm. He's got the stuff to be successful.
It's Griffin McClarty. The 2-1. Away. Another fastball.
These fastballs are 94 miles an hour. He's got a slider that's got a lot of late break down and in on a left-handed hitter. He's just got to find a way to cultivate that release point and gain confidence.
Here's the 3-1. Swing and a miss. Slider inside that time. Good run. His fastball, it does have a lot of good sink to it, too. It's not classified as a sinker, but he's got the good speed on it. It comes down on you quickly. It's just not been placed well today. That's the only problem. Runner will take off. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's fouled off. Over to the right side of the Baysox dugout as the count remains.
Kind of a classic reliever repertoire, right? I mean, you got the mid-90s fastball, and then you got the hard slider. That's all you need to be successful if you can pitch well with it.
It'll be another head start for Mauricio at first. There he goes. The payoff is checked on. They appeal, and he didn't go. Pitch low, and it's ball 4. So Cortez walks. Second walk of the inning, both for Birch, of course, and fourth overall for Baysox pitching. Let's see if that's the hook, as McClarty has been warming for at least a couple of minutes now, throwing a handful of pitches. It looks like they'll keep him as Hayden Sanger digs into the box. Have him face the right-hander, but Sanger has been hitting it. As the first pitch comes in, called a strike. The time the fastball dots the upper outside corner, it's 0-1. Sanger is 2 for 3 on the day. Grounded out to short his first time up, but walked in the fourth and has singles in each of the last 2 innings. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Slider misses. And the count goes even at a ball and a strike. Now, Sanger was aided by the sun, the setting sun more specifically, and it's one of those phenomena that when the ball crosses past the lights, the fielders can't find it sometimes. Here's a foul tip. Back over the screen. Runs the count to a ball and 2 strikes. Both first and second base didn't see the pop-up by Sanger. It fell in and he was safe at first, eventually stole second and scored on a double.
Just bizarre how
the
that
small
happened.
things.
That's the game's winning run right now.
Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball, the slider again misses down and away, and the count goes even at 2.
I mean, Sanger scores the run that gives Binghamton the lead, and obviously he should have been out twice.
If that doesn't happen, Perkins probably finishes that frame quickly.
Yes.
And I'd imagine he'd have come out here for the 9th.
Exactly. In a 5-5 game.
Here's the 2-2. Swinging a drive out toward right center field. Watson has a long track on it to the warning track now, and he finally makes the catch. Had to pull it down at the waist, but he gets there. A tough inning for Bowie. 2 more come across. And as we go to the bottom of the 9th, they've got a long road ahead of them. 3 to tie, 4 to win. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
Most people don't know what a steam fitter is. More importantly, what we do and how much it impacts you. Just take a moment to think about what your world would look like if you didn't have the ability to generate electricity, to have heating or air conditioning, microchip production, internet service, web-based storage, cellular service, and frozen or refrigerated produce. Could you imagine? And these are just some of the things that we impact. Please visit steamfitters-602.org and let's talk about how we can bring value to you.
Get the best deals at Prince George's Stadium with weekly promotions all season. Tuesdays are Military Appreciation Night. Purchase a box seat at the ticket office with a proof of service and you'll only pay half price. Bring along your furry friend on Woof Wednesday, and it's the best happy hour around every Thursday from 5 to 6:30. $2 Bud and Bud Light drafts with other beer specials throughout the year, and live music to get your night started. It's always a great time at the ballpark, so get your tickets now at Baysox.com.
Sky Shooter Displays by ZY Pyrotechnics will be lighting up the sky with top-of-the-line fireworks shows following Baysox games all season long. We will give you the best bang for your buck. Sky Shooter Displays include traditional shows, true pyro musicals, custom choreographed plays, and much more. The night sky is truly limitless, so don't be shy. Give ZY a try. Find out more by calling us at 570-328-1361 or visit us online, zypyrotechnics.com.
Back inside Prince George's Stadium as we move to the bottom of the ninth here in Bowie. 2 innings ago, it didn't seem like we'd be here as Bowie had held on to a 5-2 advantage. Binghamton has scored 6 consecutive runs as they lead 8-5. New pitcher will take over on the mound for the Rumble Ponies. Andrew Mitchell, the left-hander, will deal. He has to deal with the top of the Baysox lineup. Opening up with Cesar Prieto, then Joey Ortiz and Maverick Handley. Lefty on lefty to start the ninth. First pitch. Prieto watches a called strike. Slider hits the top of the zone, and it's 0-1. The line on Antonio Santos is final. He finishes 2 innings, gives up 2 hits and a run. The 0-1. Up and away, and it's ball 1. The run was earned on Santos. He didn't walk anyone and struck out 3 batters. He should be in line for the win today. As the 1-1 comes in, and Prieto lofts it out toward right field, but it hangs up just enough for Zach Ashford to make the catch. 1 down. So Prieto will finish the day 1 for 4, barring a comeback, as Joey Ortiz digs in. Andrew Mitchell, a 6'1", 200-pound, 27-year-old lefty from New Orleans. 40th round draft selection back in 2018. They don't even have that many rounds in the draft anymore. It's very rare for players that far back to make it up here. First pitch to Joey Ortiz. Misses high for a ball. It's 1-0. So that's a lot of credit to Andrew Mitchell just from the start that he's here. Here's the 1-0. Curveball called a strike. Hits the top half. And the count goes even at 1. Here's the 1-1. Another curveball misses high, and the count to 2-1. Mitchell has made 4 appearances this season. He's gone 0-1 with a 7.71 ERA in 4 2/3 innings. He struck out 8 batters, walked 4, allowed a home run. As the 2-1 comes in, and Ortiz bounces it right to second. Young was placed perfectly and sends it to first. He took probably a half step to his left, and that ball was right between his legs. Here's Maverick Handley representing the last chance for Bowie. They tied the game up in the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs last night, but that was a 1-run game. This one's a 3-run game, much different. Lefty on righty, and the first pitch is a curveball called for strike on the inside edge. It's 0-1. Handley a 1 for 3 day, walked and scored in the first, singled and scored in the 7th. At the time, seemed to be a massive insurance run for Bowie, but unfortunately it wasn't enough. Here's the 0-1, called a strike and a curveball outside edge, and it's 0-2. Bowie and Binghamton will wrap up this series tomorrow. 1:05 first pitch. Chris Valamont will get the start, the 0-2. This is up and away, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Of course, Bowie has already won the 7-game series thanks to their win on Tuesday and then their 3 consecutive wins leading into today. The 1-2. Lifted out toward right field. Fairly deep, but not deep enough as Ashford reads it. He camps under and makes the catch. Well, the Baysox had a big lead, but couldn't hold on this evening as Binghamton this time overcomes late. 8-5 the final as Bowie's 3-game winning streak comes to a close. We'll step aside, be back in just a little bit as we get you set with Baysox post-game. We're back after this. You're listening to Baysox Baseball.
It takes time to get rich, flavorful coffee beans from the lush mountain regions of Colombia and Brazil to Royal Farms. but less than a minute to get yourself a delicious hot cup of the finest and freshest coffee in the world. Because Royal Farms' new Swiss-made coffee machines grind those rich, flavorful coffee beans and brew them one magnificent cup at a time. It's why Royal Farms makes the freshest and best coffee in the world. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms.
Fielder's Choice Flex Packs with the Bowie Baysox. The best value to see the best games at Prince George's Stadium. You could save up to 30% on your selected seat from day one and enjoy a number of exclusive member benefits, including flexible exchange options, discounts on suite rentals, special access to the Diamond View restaurant, and a free members collectible at your first home game of the year. Get your pack now by calling 301-464-4865 or heading online to baysox.com. At Luminous Health, we want you to feel your best. This summer, take the time to catch up on your annual health screenings. Visit us at our Anne Arundel Medical Center, Doctors Community Medical Center, or one of our primary care offices in your neighborhood. At Luminous Health, you are the MVP. Learn more at luminoushealth.org.
At DCA Imaging Systems, we provide a tenured team of office technology professionals ready to be your trusted advisors. From document creation, output devices, scanning and workflow, to document security and storage, we understand people print, not printers. Give DCA Imaging a call, 301-577-1021, or find out more about how we can help you. DCAimaging.com. DCA Imaging Systems, office technology made easy.
It's now time for the Bowie Baysox post-game show. Let's head back to the ballpark with Matt Sabanas.
Well, just about any loss is never fun, but this one was a bit of a tough one for Bowie as they held on to a 5-2 lead into the 8th inning, but could not contain a 6-run outburst from the Binghamton Rumble Ponies this evening, eventually falling 8-5. Matt Sabatas and Adam Pohl with you from the ballpark in Bowie, Prince George's Stadium, on still what's been a lovely night with fireworks set to set off. We'll walk you through this one in depth before we get you some analysis out of it as we go all the way back in time to the faraway land of 6:37 p.m. when first pitch came home from Zach Peak to Wyatt Young. It was a 3-pitch strikeout by Peak to open it, and then he struck out Brett Beatty to follow. It looked like he was in command. But then Ronnie Mauricio stepped up, and on a 1-2 pitch, well, he made Peak look the fool. The 1-2, swinging a high deep drive out to right, it's gone. A massive home run for Ronnie Mauricio. His 11th of the season, breaks it open in the top of the first. A 1-0 game as Binghamton jumps on top. That was a big home run for Mauricio, his 11th of the season and 3rd against the Baysox. But fortunately, Peak would strike out the next batter and pretty much work cleanly the rest of the way. And fortunately again for Peak, because the game moved into the bottom of the first, and Bowie took off. Cesar Prieto doubled against Hunter Parsons to open the frame. Before we go on, let us also clarify that Parsons did have to come in on an emergency spot start. Originally scheduled starter Alec Casena was called up last minute to AAA Syracuse, so Parsons had to take over on what was a hastily scheduled bullpen day, and there just wasn't much that he was put in to succeed for. As Prieto doubled, Ortiz and Hanley walked, and the bases were loaded for Bowie out of the gate. Adam Hall stepped up, and he's hit well with the bases loaded this season. It continued today. First pitch home from Parsons. Muscled out the other way. This one will fall in for a base hit and roll to the wall. Prieto scores. Ortiz gets the wave. Hall goes the second and stops there. A 2 RBI double for Adam Hall. And with one swing, the Baysox go from trailing 1-0 to leading 2-1. Well, that 2-1 lead wouldn't actually last for much longer after Hudson Haskin popped out to the pitcher. Andrew Dashbach stepped up, and with the infield playing in, he got a little bit of benefit from that. First pitch home. Dashbach pokes it out the other way, and it's through for a base hit. Hanley scores. It's so slowly hit that Hull will round third and come home. A 2 RBI single for Andrew Dashbach, and a 4 spot in the bottom of the first for Bowie. They lead 4-1. It was a simple little floater for Dashbach out over the second baseman's head. It actually touched down on the infield before rolling to the outfield. And with that infield pinched in, it just played well for Bowie. But as the game moved into the second inning, that's when both pitchers really settled. Because after Pete gave up the home run in the first, he worked perfect in the second on just 6 pitches. It was sublime. In the bottom of the second, Bowie did get a leadoff single from Joey Ortiz, but they went down in order, and that would end up to be the rest of the day for Hunter Parsons. 2 innings in the emergency spot start for the right-hander. In the top of the third, Binghamton did open with a double by Manny Rodriguez, and he came around to score on Matt Winokur's single to Joey Ortiz. Ortiz missed the ball as he was coming up on it. Glove came a little bit too high, and it rolled underneath, allowed Manny Rodriguez to score from second base, made it a 4-2 game. But fortunately, Peak was able to work around that unearned run and finish off the side in order. In the bottom of the third, the Baysox got a leadoff single, but couldn't push anyone to second base. And in the fourth, Peak did allow a couple of base runners, but thanks to an incredible double play by Hudson Haskin in right field, the inning was over. Zach Ashford flew out to right, and Huddy grabbed it hard, fired it hard to first base, and doubled up the runner Mcelwain at first. The game moved into the bottom of the fourth, and Bowie again got a leadoff runner. Cesar Prieto opened at first after reaching on an error. It was 4 consecutive innings for the Baysox with the first batter reaching safely, but only in the first inning did they actually bring that runner around to score. And only in the first inning did they actually bring that runner to second base. That's even more troublesome. As Prieto was left at first base, the Baysox went down in order again against Yezo Campos. In the top of the fifth, Peak was still working. 3 up, 3 down with a strikeout. And after the halfway point, the Baysox went down in order in the same manner against Campos. In the sixth, first time that Zach Peak had stretched into the sixth inning this season, he was just as fine. A ground out, a line out, and a fly out for his longest outing of the season. And if I'm not mistaken, that was a career high for Zach Peak. 6 innings, the first time that the right-hander has ever done it. In the bottom of the sixth, Yezo Campos, though, continued, finished off a string of 9 consecutive batters retired with a 3 up, 3 down sixth before ending the day. In the seventh, the Rumble Ponies, did get a leadoff base hit from Hayden Sanger. He stole second base but was left stranded. And in the bottom of the seventh, while still holding on to that 4-2 advantage, Bowie was finally able to break through once again. Against new pitcher Antonio Santos, Maverick Hanley singled to right field, and Adam Hall stepped up, found one just on the line. Good enough for a run.
As here's the 1-1. And a swing and a liner near the line and right, curling, and it's fair! It bounces up against the wall. Hanley's torn. As here's the 1-1. And a swing and a liner near the line and right, curling, and it's fair! It bounces up against the wall. Hanley's towards third. He's going to come for the plate. Here comes the relay throw. Safe! And all the way to third is Hall. And it's a 5-2 Bowie lead.
Aren't technical difficulties fun sometimes, Adam? That happens sometimes. But you talk about difficulties. Bowie had difficulties driving runners in scoring position in today because as Hall reached third base with only 1 out, he was left there. Hudson Haskin lined out to short, and Andrew Dashbach flew out to left field, stranding the extra insurance run at third base. And then things got tough. In the 8th inning, as Clayton McGinnis continued to work for Bowie, he ran into trouble, walking the leadoff batter Matt Winokur after 8 pitches. Wyatt Young singled to left field and advanced to second on the throw, put runners at second and third, but that wouldn't matter. Where they were on the bases didn't mean much as Brett Beatty stepped up and knocked one over 400 feet from home plate. As the 2-0 from McGinnis comes in, and it's lofted out toward deep right center field. Watson racing back a long way to the warning track. He leaps, and it is gone. A game-tying 3-run home run for Brett Beatty, his 6th of the season. And this time it's Binghamton overcoming the deficit late. It's 5-5. That wouldn't be it for the Ponies, unfortunately. That home run did knock McGinnis out of the game, but after Sheldon Perkins came in and logged 2 quick outs, Hayden Sanger popped up a ball on the right side of the infield. Looked to be that Perkins would be done with the frame, but both Greg Cullen and Andrew Dashbach did not see the ball. It fell in fair, and Sanger was aboard with a single. He stole second base, and that was just enough on for Brandon Mcelwain to drive him in. Perkins still a chance for the punch-out. The 0-2 pitch. Slider driven high and deep out toward left field, sends Grafenino back on the run. He leaps, it's over his head and bounces over the wall. An automatic double will give Binghamton the lead. It's 6-5. So now with Bowie trailing, they had to work from behind for the third consecutive night and the second time in this game. But against Santos, they couldn't get it running in the bottom of the 8th. The line out and 2 strikeouts, and they had to work for a walk-off. But as Tyler Birch came on in the top of the 9th in a 1-run game, he could not maintain that individual deficit. He did get a flyout by Manny Rodriguez to open, but he walked Matt Winokur, gave up a single to Wyatt Young, and a ground out by Brett Beatty put them both into scoring position. With 2 outs, however, and 2 strikes on Ronnie Mauricio ahead on an 0-2 count, Birch tried to get him to chase, and it just didn't happen. Mauricio laid off of everything, and one of those pitches strayed a little bit too far. Rodriguez flew out to center to open, then a walk and a single. A ground out advanced the runners, and now a 2-2 pitch. This is down and inside, gets back to the screen. This will score the run. The throw goes home, but it's late. Wild pitch scores Winokur, and now Bowie has to climb back from a 2-run deficit. It's 7-5. 7-5 wouldn't last for too long either, because on the very next pitch, started ahead 0-2 on Mauricio, but now it's full, and you've given up more as Mauricio singles to left field to drive in another. So Birch had Mauricio up against the wall and loses him completely as it's 8-5. Couple of runs across for the Ponies there in the top of the 9th inning, and Bowie had to fight back from a 3-run deficit in their final possible inning for the second consecutive night. This time it was just too tall an order as lefty Andrew Mitchell came out of the bullpen, picked up 2 quick outs to open the bottom of the 9th, and got Maverick Hanley to fly out, ending the Bowie day. The 1-2. Lifted out toward right field, fairly deep but not deep enough as Ashford reads it. He camps under and makes the catch. Well, the Baysox had a big lead but couldn't hold on this evening as Binghamton this time overcomes late. 8-5 the final as Bowie's 3-game winning streak comes to a close. So there's your final. Binghamton scores 8 runs on 11 hits. They committed 1 error and left on 6. Bowie scores 5 runs on 8 hits with 1 error. They left on 7. Antonio Santos is the winning pitcher. He moves to 1-1 on the season as Shelton Perkins takes the loss. He falls to 0-3. Save to Andrew Mitchell, his 3rd of the year for the Ponies, as the game was played in 2 hours and 44 minutes in front of a paid attendance at Prince George's Stadium of 5,243, many of which are still taking in a fantastic fireworks presentation out past right field. With the win, Binghamton moves to 23-39 on the season. Their 3-game losing streak is over, as the Rumble Ponies are now 13-19 when playing on the road. With the loss, the Baysox fall to 25-37 on the year. Their 3-game winning streak is over, as Bowie falls to 14-18 when playing here at home. Well, Adam, I said it, losses, they always sting. There's no doubt about that, but there's just something about losing late in a fashion such as that that will deflate you just a little bit more. It's on Bowie now to ignore it and focus on tomorrow.
Well, there's no doubt. You got a great chance to turn it around almost immediately tomorrow, 1:05 start, but it's just such a bizarre series, is it not? I mean,
oh yeah.
The team that has led big early in 3 straight games has lost. And the Baysox 2 consecutive nights coming from 5-1 down. Of course, Bowie did even more last night. And then tonight, you lead 4-1 early. You didn't just lead 4-1. You had a chance to score 6 or 7 runs in that first inning, and it didn't happen. And then, you know, one of the things that has been this way in this series, I think, Matt, is that Bowie has been the better defensive team. Binghamton has made more mistakes, more errors in the field. But at the end of this game, the Baysox made many mistakes, whether it was the drop pop-up, the throw by Perkins that gets into center, or even the wild pitch with a runner at third in a 6-5 game. There were just a lot of things that Bowie can point to try to shore up and come back better tomorrow.
And that's what they'll have to do. Focus on tomorrow at this point, because when tomorrow comes and finally ends, Bowie will be done with the longest stretch of the year. Remember, we're still in the midst of that 14 games in 13 days span in which Bowie played 2 consecutive 7-game series. So for them to at least take 2 on the road in Harrisburg and at least win the series outright here against Binghamton, that is commendable in a couple of facets. So there's still plenty of positives to take from it. It just wasn't on the positive end when the day closes this evening. We'll step aside one final time here on Baysox Postgame. When we come back, we'll look around the Eastern League and the Orioles organization, get you some final scores from around the farm. We're back after this as Bowie falls to Binghamton 8-5. You're listening to Baysox Postgame.
Everyone deserves a great smile, and Rad Orthodontics is here to help you, Bowie Baysox fans. Rad Orthodontics accepts most insurance, and whether it's braces or Invisalign aligners, anyone can get the smile they've always wanted with our flexible payment options. With 2 of the country's leading orthodontists right here in the D.C. area, we love to see Baysox fans smile with confidence. So get that amazing smile you deserve. Visit radsmile.com today and book your free consult. That's radsmile.com for Rad Orthodontics, official smile provider of the Bowie Baysox.
Make sure you've got your Jedi cloaks ready on Saturday, July 16th for Star Wars Saturday at Prince George's Stadium. Meet dozens of Star Wars characters out at the ballpark, take part in interactive exhibits and lightsaber battles, and you can bid on specialty game-worn jerseys by the Baysox players at the game. It's all sponsored by Taco Bell, and it comes your way on Saturday, July 16th. So get your tickets now for Star Wars Saturday at the ballpark by heading to Baysox.com.
From sprains to stitches, sore throats to stomach aches, and pulled muscles to poison ivy, care is around the corner at Patient First. Walk in to see a doctor from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day of the year. X-rays, lab tests, and prescription drugs are on site, and most major insurance plans are accepted. For routine illnesses and injuries, Patient First is here for you. Patient First, the name fits.
Patient First, proud partner of the Bowie Baysox. Open 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
We're back into Prince George's Stadium this evening as we continue on with Baysox postgame. Bowie falling to Binghamton tonight 8-5. 6 unanswered runs for the Ponies after the end of the 7th inning. A tough one for Bowie, but we can turn our attention now to tomorrow and for now, the rest of the Eastern League. As Richmond demolished Harrisburg today, a 5-run 5th inning set the table early, and they just kept going after that to eventually win 10-2 over the Senators.
Huge win for Richmond, huh? I mean, they have not been in the playoffs since 2015, and they're making a real run for it here.
Well, to compound it, Akron falls to Hartford 4-3. The Yard Goats overcame a 3-2 deficit late with 2 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning. So what that means is Richmond will take the 1-game lead in the Southwest Division at the end of the day, but Erie is still going to be hot on their tail as the Seawolves blank Altoona, a 6-hit shutout for Erie, 7-0. So that's going to be a hungry Seawolves team, too, when Bowie makes the trip up there next week.
Big-time baseball, isn't it? I mean,
Erie need to be careful.
Yeah, Erie is 2 back right now. So there really are 3 teams that are in the hunt, because right now we've got 7 games left.
It's going to be a very hotly contested series. I haven't looked. I do wonder who Richmond and Akron are playing. It'd be special if they were playing against each other. We'll check on that in a second. But Portland blowing by Reading right now. They're in the bottom of the ninth over at First Energy Stadium as the Sea Dogs lead 9-3. And then Somerset, they're trying to hold off a late rally by New Hampshire. The Fisher Cats just put on 1 run in the bottom of the 8th before it came to a close. It's Somerset 4, New Hampshire 3, with that game moving into the top of the 9th over at Delta Dental Stadium. Let's look real quick, see if I can pull it up. Richmond will host Portland, and Akron will host Harrisburg for that final series.
It's going to be interesting. That's not a bad spot for Richmond. You never know how it's going to go, but it would almost be a surprise right now, Matt, if it's not down to at least next Saturday night, right? I mean, you don't know if it's going to go down to the last day, but it's going to be pretty close.
It's going to be fun watching as an outsider, I suppose.
Yes.
But again, who knows? Bowie could be playing a little bit of spoiler when they make the trip up to UPMC Park next week. But That's how things look in the Eastern League. How do things look in the Orioles organization?
You know, it was a tough loss for Baltimore tonight. Former Baysox Dylan Tate picked up the defeat. It was a tough start for Kyle Bradish, who was a 2021 Baysox, allowing 6 runs in just shy of 5 innings. But the Orioles battled back. I mean, they were down 6-2 midway through the ball game, and they're showing a lot of heart at Camden Yards. They are 23-23. I read in their last 46 games. So the Orioles are playing pretty good baseball right now, and there is a lot of excitement in Birdland. They do fall, though, today 7-6 at home to Tampa, a run in the 9th, besting Baltimore. Elsewhere, though, it has been really an exciting day around the Orioles farm system, to put it mildly. Let's start in AAA. They're in extra innings. Norfolk is at home against Syracuse. Syracuse are tied. They were tied at 5. Syracuse, though, looks like they might blow this thing open. They got a run in the 10th. They still have the bases loaded and nobody out for the Mets affiliate, just as we have here in Bowie. So Syracuse leading. But Cam Bishop, who was on this Baysox team just a week or two ago, 3 2/3 scoreless innings in that game. So good to see Bishop throwing well. But the news tonight was at High A Aberdeen, where the Aberdeen Ironbirds threw a no-hitter. How about that? Peter Van Loon was spectacular tonight. Daniel Lloyd and Xavier Moore combined the trio to throw a no-no against Jersey Shore in this evening. It was on the road, 6-0 the final. Loon, or Van Loon that is, who was the Orioles' 16th round pick last year in 2021. Check this, 7-0 with a 2.66 ERA. How about that for your first full season? He's been spectacular.
Maybe we should get used to saying that name, I feel.
I think we might see
him here soon.
I think so. And Colton Cowser, another big name that we expect to see in Bowie by the end of the year. Cowser, who started off with a tough April, he has got more than a 900 OPS in June. He hits his 4th home run of the year tonight. The Orioles' first-round draft choice, also in that 2021 draft. Down in Delmarva, it's a loss for the Shorebirds again. They're having a tough year. But the big news is that the first week of activity in pro ball for Heston Kjerstad has been a rousing success. Kjerstad, 3 more hits tonight. He is hitting .381 now, I think 5 games into his professional career. I mean, .381 is great. It's only 5 games, but obviously Kjerstad, who has not played in a competitive baseball game in which the stats are recorded since he was at Arkansas in 2020 pre-pandemic. I mean, it's been a long time, more than 2 years, for him to come out and start off so hot in the first series. A great sign, and we'll have to see. I mean, Kjerstad almost certainly will make it to Aberdeen at some point this year, and he could get a taste of Bowie. If the Baysox are in the playoff hunt right down the stretch, it wouldn't be a surprise to see the 2020 first-round pick in Kjerstad here in Bowie if the Baysox are in it to the end here.
I'd imagine it'd be like the Gunnar Henderson treatment. Obviously,
right?
he wasn't first round, but he was second round and right behind Adley Rutschman on the prospect hunt in that draft board for Baltimore. So that's a good little take. I really think that's some smart insight. But as we look through the scores and some of the insight for the Orioles organization, of course, what we care about most, though, on this production is that of Bowie. And unfortunately, the Baysox fall today 8-5. But hey, no hitter down on Aberdeen. We'll look forward to that. As some of those guys will be making the way up soon, hopefully. Bowie and Binghamton will conclude their 7-game series tomorrow, Sunday, a 1:05 first pitch. Chris Valamont will get the start for the Baysox, 1-0 with a 1.13 ERA in his 2 starts for Bowie so far. Right-hander David Griffin will start for Binghamton. He was the starting pitcher in Game 1 of this set as well. He's 0-4 with a 6.15 ERA. Bowie will try to tag him for a few more. Remember, they won on Tuesday, 9-0. But tomorrow it's a 1:05 first pitch, which means a DCA Imaging Systems pregame show of 12:45. For now, though, we say so long from Prince George's Stadium. For Adam Pohl, I'm Matt Sabata saying thank you for stopping by as Binghamton bests Bowie today, 8-5. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks for listening to Bowie Baysox Baseball. We hope you enjoyed today's game and join us next time for another exciting broadcast coming up soon. This has been a presentation of the Bowie Baysox.